Howdy, Pioneers. Welcome into Pioneer Field. I'm Tanner Lambert.
And I'm Jack Allman.
And we're coming to you live on Saturday, September 21st. And it's senior night here at Pioneer Field. Jack, what do you think about that?
We got a beautiful evening. Senior night. We're going to celebrate our seniors tonight. And we're going to have some great competition.
Yeah, we are. There's 7 seniors on the girls' soccer team this year. And, all 7 of them play integral parts in the foundation of this team. I think 3 or 4 of them are captains, actually. And this girls' team, they've looked really, really strong throughout the season so far, and they've got a great chance to win the OCC after they beat Liberty a couple weeks ago. And they're looking just very, very strong, led by goaltender Amanda Porball, who I like to call the general because, she just runs the show.
Yeah, that win against Liberty, that was a big one. Not only, big one. Obviously, the rivalry, but, big interconference win. The team has big goals, and you got to win those conference games to achieve those big goals that they have. So that was a big one for them.
Yeah, it was. It's kind of like every other high school sport in that way where when you play Tangy, when you play Liberty, and, soon when we start playing Berlin, those are just the big, big games that not only matter for the interconference points, but for the rivalry, It's nice to say that you're the champions of Olentangy if you are able to beat both schools,
Yeah, whether it's, football, volleyball, soccer, any win over
anybody
a rival.
Who beats a rival, yeah. It's exciting. It gets the whole school into it, and everybody loves it.
It's always a fun time. We have seniors this year, so we have Keely Galloway, Peyton Kaufman, Addie Masters, Grace Porball, Sierra Clemens, Samantha Fedio, and Sophie Leonetti.
So, what's really exciting about that, you hear names like Kaufman and Porball and stuff like that. You're like, well, those are very good players, and we don't want to lose them. But they've got the siblings on the team as well. They've got the siblings. You look at the Kaufman sisters. Maya Kaufman, she's a sophomore. She's the younger one. Last year, freshman year, she was starting on varsity as a freshman. You don't see that very often in a sport like soccer where there's so many people that play it. I hear they have like 75 or 80 kids try out for the girls' soccer team alone. And to be able to start on varsity as a freshman, that's something incredible.
Yeah, something I think the soccer team does really well is incorporating their younger players early because not only is it great to have a good young talent for 4 years, but the more they play, the better they're going to get because, especially at the varsity level, things are different. The game's faster. It's harder to keep up with it. And the more experience you have, the easier it's going to be. Girls are bigger, too.
Yeah.
It's a faster game. It's a different game at the varsity level. So it's good to get them used and adjusted to it early so that way, sophomore, junior, senior year, they're ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. It's very exciting to see the Orange programs, the way they build them. You build from the ground up is the way I see it. A lot of programs, they like to keep their freshmen so that they can help build the next 4 years up to be better when they're seniors. It's kind of like a franchise who rebuilds, in like a pro sport. Where they take a lot of young guys, they build up the core, and then they bring in some of the older kids again to get them back in. And it helps get the young kids experience, and that's something really, really cool. I know they do that a lot with, like, swimming. And, football, I'm sure they do it as well.
Yeah, football, it's a big part of our football. We always try to incorporate the younger kids in everything, whether they're getting in on special teams.
Yep.
We all lift together, We do all the same workouts and conditioning.
Building that bond is very important, you know. I know a lot of people, they don't really care about swimming, but the swim team's like 70 kids. And most people don't know that. But, everybody's doing the same practice, and you can see the older kids, they're a little bit better. But when you have those younger kids doing the same, it's very cool to see everybody's, one team at Orange.
Yeah, it's fun, especially with football. I remember when I was younger, I had kids like Bryce Houston, Zane Fisher. Those were my leaders. Those are the kids I looked up to. And,
For sure.
They did a really good job of, keeping me involved and making sure I was up to speed with everything, even though I wasn't playing varsity as a sophomore, but they made me feel like I was.
Right.
And it was a huge help.
Yeah, for sure. The older kids are always counted on to teach younger kids the way of the team, the way the practice is supposed to go, so then those younger kids could grow up and be leaders for the next generation. Jack, football had a big win last night. I know we're here for soccer, but we've got a couple minutes here before senior night starts, and we'll send you out to the public address announcer. But football, they're looking good so far, 3-1.
Football, 3-1. Football had a big win. Final score was 34-3 against Big Walnut last night.
Right.
It was a weird game because we go out, we get 3 plays off on offense.
Okay.
And then lightning strikes. We run inside.
Okay.
That's around 7:10.
Yeah.
And 8:30 hits. We haven't heard anything. We think we might be playing Saturday night at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And at 9:10, 9:15, we started the game back up. We were there. I didn't get home in bed last night till 1:50.
Well, that's not ideal.
It was fun, but I tell you what, I honestly believe we had more energy going out at 9 than we did at 7.
Well, I think you guys had more time to get amped up.
We had more time to get amped up. Let me tell you, Cardan Mutai on the aux cord in the locker room helped that situation more than you would believe. We were just enjoying ourselves. We got to relax, Yeah. We got those jitters out. That first drive, we had a couple penalties. We had some unforced errors. We got to fix those, and then we got to come out and we got to play football.
Well, let me ask you this, because, I stood by you at the volleyball game on Thursday where our girls swept Liberty, which was pretty exciting. And I was standing by Najib. And Najib, man, does that dude love Crest.
Boy, does he love Crest. Let me tell you, that is just the perfect exemplification of how Mr. Smith has incorporated Crest in so many levels of the school. Because, Crest, it's a great acronym.
For some of us who don't know what Crest is, explain to us what it is.
So it's an acronym. It's Crest. It is what a pioneer should exemplify. Okay. So you got C's your character. Okay. Got to have good character.
Right, obviously.
Respect.
You
got to have respect for not only yourself, but for others as well.
Right, and the game.
Yeah. Okay. You got to respect the game.
You got to respect the game.
E, we got empathy.
Okay.
Not sympathy, empathy. They're different. Okay. Some people get confused. And then you got your S, self-control. You got to be able to, hit that pause button. And
we're actually going to send you the public address announcer right now.
Sophia Carter and Lily Warner. And now we will be joined pioneers, number 14, Sierra Lemon. Sierra has played for 10 years. In addition to high school soccer, Sierra has played soccer for Freedom, Flash Eagles, and currently plays for Barcelona. She also does track and field as a member of the junior class segment after 2nd and 7th. Sierra's favorite memory was making it to the district final with Worthington for junior year. Sierra plans to major in business and she attends college next year. Sierra would like to thank her family and coaches she has had over the years for the support. Also a special thank you to Tim and Steve for believing in her. She will miss all her amazing teammates she has had for the past 4 years. All the memories they share together. Number 14, Sierra Lemon. Number 13, Samantha Theo. Sam has been playing soccer for 13 years and is a scholar athlete and 2-year varsity veteran. She has played club soccer since the 3rd grade for Classic Eagles and Barcelona Academy. Yeah. In addition to soccer, she does track and field. I saw Sam is a member of Interact Club, Medical Club, Art Club, and National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, National Art Honor Society, and is a pioneer ambassador. Sam's favorite memories are pre-game dance parties and the team members. Sam will be attending college next year and is interested in a career in the medical field. Sam would like to thank all her coaches for helping her grow as a player throughout the years, as well as her teammates for always making everything more fun. She would like to thank her family and grandparents for constantly loving and supporting her. Lastly, Sam would like to thank her parents for always being there for her and believing in her. Number 13, Samantha Theo. Number 4, Katie Yahweh. Katie has been playing soccer for 13 years. She is a 4-year varsity letterman, scholar athlete, and 1-year co-captain for Orange. She is a participant in National Honor Society, Spanish Club, and Spanish Honor Society. Keely's most memorable moment was beating Olentangy Liberty her sophomore year to win the OCC championship. Keely plans to go into the pre-med major to eventually attend medical school. Keely would like to thank her parents for all their support and Coach Tim and Steve for making the last 3 years of her best soccer years. Number 4, Keely Yahweh. Number 8, Peyton Hoffman. Peyton has been playing soccer for 13 years at Orange. She is a scholar. Peyton has been playing soccer for 13 years. At Orange, she is a scholar athlete, 3-year level winner, and a 1-year co-captain. In addition to high school soccer, she plays club soccer at Worthington Academy. She is also an active member of Student Council, National Honor Society, French National Honor Society, French Club, Politico Club, and is one of the senior editors and the chief of the yearbook. In addition, she works children's birthday parties at the Little Gym. Peyton's favorite memory was scoring twice against Larson her senior year, though only one counted, because she was so happy to celebrate with her teammates. Peyton plans to study public relations when she attends college. Peyton would like to thank her mom, dad, and sister Maya for supporting her in everything she pursues throughout the years. Her teammates for making these years so fun, Tony her for all of his help throughout her soccer career, and lastly, Tim and Steve for believing in her the past 3 years. Number 8, Peyton Hoffman. Number 12, Sophia Leonetti. Sophia has been playing soccer ever since she was 4 years old and has loved it ever since. Sophia is a scholar athlete, 3-year level winner, and a 1-year co-captain for Orange. In addition, she also plays club soccer for Ohio Premier UCNL. She is also an active participant in NHS, GHS, and German Club, as well as a member of the OOHS Courier. One of Sophie's most memorable high school soccer moments was scoring a header goal in the 2018 district finals against Worthington. Sophia has committed to continue her academic and athletic career at Capital University. She plans on majoring in pre-dentistry when she attends next fall. Sophia would like to thank Coach Tim, Coach Steve for everything they've done to help her be the best version of her on and off the field and making high school so much more enjoyable. She would also like to thank Coach Matt, Billy, and Woody for always pushing her and further her passion for the game of soccer. Sophia would also like to thank, most of all, her family for being her biggest support system no matter what. She would not be where she is without them. Number 12, Sophia Leonetti. Number 10, Abby Master. Abby has been soccer for 13 years as a scholar athlete, 2-year level winner, and 1-year co-captain. In addition to high school soccer, Abby played club soccer for classic teams. She is an active participant in National Honor Society, Interact Club, Medical Club, Spanish Honor Society, and Student Council. Addie's favorite memory is getting to play alongside her best friend and having a team she will never forget. In the future, her plans to become a nurse and hopes to attend the University of Cincinnati. Addie would like to thank her parents for always being there to support her every game. She would also like to thank Coach Tim and Coach Steve for making her a better player. Number 10, Addie Master. Number 23, Grace Corball.
Yeah, Grace!
Scholar athlete, 3-year letter winner, and 2-year co-captain for the Pioneers. Last year, she was named second team All-Ohio in addition to first team All-District and All-Conference. In addition to the high school soccer, Grace plays soccer for Ohio Premier. She participates in the National Honor Society, Interact Club, and National Honor Spanish Society. Grace is also head of Orange Sports Live and supports the program for the broadcast program. Grace's favorite memory is when she scored the go-ahead goal at the end of the game to beat Olentangy as a sophomore. All the great friends she has made over the years in Orange soccer program. She plans to major in sports journalism when she attends college next year. Grace would like to thank Tim and Steve for always pushing her to be the best and making her high school years so enjoyable. To her parents and sister for always being there for her and helping her along the way, and to her teammates for making this year one of the best. Number 23, Grace.
All right. So we got to hear some of that emotionalness, from the teams there. Get your mic on, Jack.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of emotion out there right now, and you could just feel it from the field. It's hard to leave.
Yeah.
This is all you've known for 4 years, and such a dramatic change. You're not going to see these people every day like you're so used to. You know, a lot of us, we take it for granted, but you got to realize what you have. You know.
I've never had my senior night. I've got one coming up here. You know, for football and wrestling, but I can only imagine it's a bittersweet kind of thing because obviously this isn't the end of their season.
Right.
You know, the bitterness is obviously, you know, it's coming to an end and, you know, it's going to end eventually. But, you know, I think it's nice to be able to say, you know what, we've put all this work in.
Right.
We're almost done. Let's go out there and finish the season. Let's go win.
Yeah, let's go win.
Let's go as far as we can.
Yeah.
Play as long as they let us.
Right. That's a good mentality to have. But, I mean, it's just hard. You know, for me, I love Grace a lot. You know, I work with her every day, and I'm just dreading the day she graduates, man, because then, I mean, obviously I have other people to help me and stuff like that, but me and her, we lead it together, and it'll be different because, you know, that's 2 years of my life. You know, I spent five hours a day with her, you know, just, hey, let's try to do this next week. Let's make this graphic. Let's do this. Let's do this for sports. Let's try to do this. And for that to come to an end, you know, like we just read each other's mind. It'll be different, for sure.
Orange Sports Live will never be the same.
No, it won't. You know, every year it changes. So obviously last year, you know, you lost the creators of Orange Sports Live and Max, Jacob, and Tyler.
Yeah. You
know, that's their baby. You know, Max still texts me like 3 times a week. Hey, keep up this work. Maybe let's try something else here. Max, I try, man.
It's Tanner's show now. Come on, let him do it.
No, I love the input, man. You know, he knows what's good and what's bad. And every year you get new faces in there, and you lose some old faces, and that's what's really beautiful about it. You know, everybody wants to create such a great product, but everybody's got a different way of doing it. And what can really happen there is you can see a lot of different things, but there's a lot of positives that can occur as well.
Especially because we get to see all the new things, you know, what works, what doesn't, and then we can keep the things that work, obviously, and not use the things that don't. Yeah. And then each year we're getting more and more new perspectives.
Yep.
And, you know, it's really going to be something special. It already is, but, you know, it's just going to continue to improve.
You know, that's what Mr. Nicole always tells us. You know, 3 years ago the broadcast class was 17 people.
Yeah.
Last year was about 35, and this year there's 70-something. I mean, the exponential rate it's growing. It's basically doubling every year. I mean, that's crazy to think about something like that. But it's very cool because then you've got a lot of people that want to create a good product, and there's definitely ways to do that. You know, because this is your first year as a broadcaster.
This is my first year as a broadcaster.
And you're a senior, so it's kind of cool to see stuff like that occur.
You know, I've been in the I took intro to journalism my sophomore year. I was on Courier staff last year.
Yeah.
I've wanted to do broadcast for a while, couldn't quite squeeze it in the schedule, and I was like, you know what, senior year, I got to do it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, especially with the growth I've personally witnessed, you know, sitting in second period watching the Juice every day. It's I'm like, wow, that looks like fun.
It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of work. It goes into a lot of man hours, but we try to do the best we can. And as a high school program, I feel like we do a very, very good job.
It is.
You know. Every day when we're sitting there in second period and 12th period, because now there's 2 periods of it, you're thinking about, okay, guys, come on, we messed up this camera shot, we messed up this.
Yeah.
You know, we're able to critique some of the smaller things and make them seem like bigger issues than what they actually could be. You know, like we're streaming a live show every day.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think about that. Not many people are doing that anywhere in the United States.
It's the problems we have are good problems to be worrying about. That's exactly our biggest problem.
That's exactly what it is. And that's a really cool thing to think about. You know, thinking about soccer, though, today, I'm hoping the girls can get a win. You know,
you always love to see a Pioneer victory, but
Pioneer victories are my favorite kind of victories.
You know, this one means a little more because it's senior night.
It does. I was talking to some of the seniors before the game, and I said, "Girls, I know it's going to be emotional out there, but that means that you're just closer together now. So let's get a win today." And they go, "Yeah, you're right. We're all going to cry though." You know, and I get it, but you've got to put the emotion aside. Once it's game time, I think they're going to be ready to go.
I tell you what.
The girls' soccer team is probably one of the strongest girls' teams we have overall.
It is.
Based off of mental strength, I think. I think those girls, they just love to win, and nothing's going to get in their way.
I tell you what, no matter the sport, senior night's always emotional. It's hard to keep those emotions in. I can remember watching my brother's senior night when I was a freshman.
Okay.
And he was balling. He was crying like a baby.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't get it. Like, I mean, it's football. But, now that I'm here.
You're like, wow.
You're gonna see me crying out there. I hate to say it. It's going to happen.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be ugly.
I'm very sad because, when you're an underclassman, you're not as close with the seniors.
Yeah.
So, like, as a freshman, you're a lot closer with the sophomores than you are with the juniors or seniors. And then, as a sophomore, you're a little closer with the juniors and seniors. But then me, as a junior, I feel like I know almost everybody in the senior class.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be weird, walking around with you guys not there next year.
It's definitely different.
Right. I mean, like, last year, it's easy to tell the difference of, like, who's gone. So, I mean, you don't got a 6'8" Zach Harrison walking around the school anymore. So, that's an obvious change. But some of the other people, like, just people that you see every day and you're like, they make my day,
Yeah.
Like, when I see you in the hallway, makes my day, man. But, next year you ain't going to be there, and it's going to be disheartening.
Tanner, I'm going to come back and visit as many times as I can.
Well, do you have a college that you're looking into?
I'm looking Miami and Cincy are my top two right now.
That's not very far away either.
Whoever gives me more money.
Whoever gives you more money.
That's what I'm going
Well, that's what it's about, really.
That's all.
So the girls are coming in. They're going to put on their jerseys now, and they're ready to go. They're ready to go.
You can tell. There's an energy out here.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good game.
It's going to be a fun one. And what's really nice is the weather really cleared up.
It is.
This morning, it was not good.
I was out on the sideline watching the JV football game.
Yeah.
I had a poncho on. It was pouring rain.
I brought my
was trying
rain
to stay
jacket
dry.
and stuff.
And it has turned into quite a beautiful evening. We have clear skies here at Pioneer Field.
We do. We came prepared today. We don't have a camera outside of the press box. It's to the left of us behind that wall because we were expecting rain. And it doesn't look like it's going to rain, and hopefully it stays that way. It's a very beautiful day out here at Pioneer Field for senior night, and the girls are getting ready to go. The refs are getting ready. I don't know who's going to get the ball first, but we've got a 40-minute half coming up, and it's going to be a good 40 minutes of soccer.
It will.
So, we're going to do the national anthem, I think.
Let's welcome Thomas Worthington High School Cardinals as the opposing team and their introduction.
So they're about to announce the starters out here at Pioneer Field, so we'll let you listen in.
Number 4, Lily Lemmer. Number 7, Linda Cook. Number 11, Anna Mendez. Number 14, Peyton Hughes. Number 16, Megan Cooper. Number 18, Austin Bella. Number 20, Kayla Stafford. Number 21, Molly Brook. Now for your starters. Number 1, Brooke Atkins. Number 2, Grace Lawrence. Number 5, Claire Sessions. Number 8, Ella Piper. Number 9, Jasmine Rogers. Number 10, Sophie Tyler. Number 12, Lily Oliver. Number 13, Eleanor DeMartino. Number 14, number 15, Lila Butler. Number 17, Charlie Fiddler. Number 19, Theo Snyder. Head coach of the Cardinals is Jeff Zimmer. Assisted by Sam of this game is made possible by those who have fought and taken flight But an honor to carry our country colors with our fast standing as we proudly join in singing our national anthem.
Alrighty, well, Pioneers, we're excited. Start of the game's coming up here in a couple moments. And, Jack, I'm getting ready to go, man.
Let me tell you,
I'm excited. We've been here since 1 o'clock. It's 3:20 now. It's time for some soccer.
The anticipation is over.
Yeah.
Here we are. Let me tell you, when they were announcing those starters, playing that music, I was getting goosebumps. I'm not going to lie.
Me too. I mean, you know, it's just exciting.
It is.
It's exciting. And you know, I was also enjoying some Chicago-style popcorn.
You know,
that I didn't realize that stuff was that good, but I think I'm making a trip to Costco after this. Not gonna lie.
I came home. Mrs. Almond was like, "Let me tell you, I saw this big bag of Chicago-style popcorn. I had to pull the trigger on it, and I was a happy man."
You were a happy man.
I was a very happy man.
Well, you got about a gallon-sized bag in your backpack. I would expect that you eat a lot of that.
You know,
it's probably not very good for you.
It's not, but let me tell you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta indulge.
You gotta indulge.
You gotta indulge.
Yep. Well, that's not always a bad thing, I guess.
You know, I don't think that Mountain Dew is very good for you there, Tanner.
Well, Jack, I thought you had one earlier as well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure about that. I think I saw you throw one away or something.
You know, as an athlete, I try to keep myself in peak.
Well, you know, I keep myself
condition.
in peak physical condition as well.
And I don't think a Mountain Dew sounds like something that I would drink.
Oh, really? Well, you know, they call it water down in the South. I was really hoping on Thursday night, though, when they had the push-up competition, that you were going to get sent in and do some push-ups. That didn't happen, but it was all right.
I think that push-up competition was a little unfair. Yeah. Elijah Payne did start about 15 push-ups before.
Yeah, I thought that too. You know, that was not really fair.
But, you know, it is what it is.
All right. Well, we're getting underway. Thomas Worthington's going to start with the ball here, and she'll kick it backwards. And Orange is pressing right away with the defensive. They'll kick it up to Poor Ball. Poor Ball kind of shoulders it up the field. That looked a little odd. But Kaufman's going to take it now at the 40. And it's intercepted there. Maya Kaufman kicks it over to Grace Poor Ball. Poor Ball's trying to dance around with it. A little razzle-dazzle action maybe coming later. But Orange will take it down in the defensive zone. Almost like it's hockey, because you know hockey's back. Down the sideline, a little strong kick there. That one looked like it went out of bounds. So a Thomas Worthington throw coming up here. And Orange, they need to settle the ball down a little bit. It's a little jumpy.
You know, it's the start of the game. There's a lot of energy and emotion going right now. I think once they get settled down, we'll see. Yeah,
the ball's bouncing quite a bit, maybe a little overinflated. But Maya Kaufman's going to try to stop that one, kicks it back, and that one falls out of bounds as well. So here comes another throw for Thomas Worthington. Short throw. Poor Ball steals it away. You know, she's coming off of injury, and she's finally getting settled back into things. She had to sit out for about 3 or 4 weeks, I think, earlier in the season due to a foot injury. And I knew every day talking to her, she was just excited to get back in the game. Good ball there. Cam's going to try to get there. Cameron Earl with a shot and a goal! An early goal from the Pioneers. Cameron Earl from the right side after a great pass down through the middle, and that one just looked a little easy, didn't it?
Let me tell you, that was a cracker into the right side of the net, let me tell you.
That was a great ball. Way to get there by Cameron Earl, and just a great shot.
That was great. You know, you love to punch them in early.
Yeah, you do.
Set the tone for the game.
First shot of the game.
Very important for the Pioneers now.
Yeah, to take advantage of this momentum they've created.
Keep it going. You know, you can't. A big part of soccer is obviously possession time.
Right.
You want to keep the ball, and you have to be aggressive.
Right.
To do that, and I think a big key for them
another
now.
Another ball, a little strong there, and the Thomas Worthington goalkeeper will kick it up.
Big key for them now is going to be keep on the attack.
Yeah,
Don't let them breathe.
Don't let them breathe?
Eat what you kill.
All right, well, Keely Galloway tried to pick that one up there, and that's going to be a throw-in for Orange. I think that's Keely Galloway. Nope, Sierra Clemens, my fault. Maya Kaufman now. We'll send it back to Clemens. Clemens with a down ball. Looking down the left side for Morgan Scott. And Thomas Worthington now. They're going to try to dance around with it. See if they can get some offense flowing, as we've seen nothing from them thus far throughout the game. A good through ball there, but pass back to her is too strong. That was a little missed kick there.
A little too much mustard on that one.
A little too much mustard. Well, you know, I don't really use mustard. As you can see earlier, I used some yum-yum sauce on my hot dog.
You don't like a good stadium mustard?
I mean, it's all right. I prefer ketchup. You know, Heinz ketchup's the only kind of ketchup that really exists in my eyes. You know, I'm a big Steelers fan there. Well, here comes Morgan Scott. A good ball into Earl. Good defense there.
Just
really.
Off on the.
Yeah, just about 3 or 4 inches
there.
off. Yeah, good offense though so far for the Orange Pioneers. Up 1-0 with 36 minutes to go in this game. Strong kick from the Thomas Worthington goaltender, and Pourball's going to try to play this one. Misses the header there, and it's stolen away by the Pioneer defense. Good pass down the line. Nobody's really there for that one. Kaufman looked like she might try for it, but it's going to be a goal kick coming up for Thomas Worthington.
You know, the Pioneers so far, you know, we're early in the game, but they're doing a really good job of just getting the ball to the strikers and letting them do their thing.
That's very true. You know, I like to call them forwards because we live in America. That's what I said last time I called the game here with Ethan Hunter, and but that was a joke. And it's very important to do those kind of things. Get the ball down the field. Just play. Make the other team play defense. You know, a lot of people say the best offense is good defense. I think the best offense is a strong offense.
You know, that would make sense.
It would. It would. But many people don't see it that way. And here come the Pioneers. Thomas Worthington, they're going to try to make a move here into the offensive zone. Passes it over to Sierra Clemens. That's not her teammate, though. Down the right side of Cameron Earl. There she goes. She plays it. Now she's going to try to beat the girl on the inside. She's got speed, but this kick's a little too strong. And that one went out of bounds. So goal kick coming up here for Thomas Worthington. I was a little confused there for a second. I thought that was off on Thomas Worthington. I thought Thomas Worthington played that one, and she just didn't realize that was going out of bounds, and it was going to be a corner coming up, but not the case. Big kick from the Thomas Worthington goaltender, and it comes out of bounds. So an orange throw coming up. She throws it down the right side, and there's a Pioneer there. Sends it into the middle.
Pass.
Good pass, yes, for sure. And Thomas Worthington's going to be able to play this one out, but the ref blows his whistle. What is he calling there? Can't really tell. Dangerous play, yeah. So a free kick coming up here for the Pioneers. But with that, okay. That's an indirect kick coming up. This could be a goal here too. I mean, this is an interesting situation because we're so close to the goal, but it's indirect, so obviously she can't put it straight in.
Right, because we're going to see.
So Pourball looks like she's going to take this one. The senior captain. And there she goes. She takes it, shoots it.
Ooh.
Off the defender and played by the keeper. Strong kick by Pourball. You could hear that one from here. Wow. So the Thomas Worthington goaltender will wait, kind of misses that punt, still gets a lot on it, and Orange will win that one. Looks to play it to Maya Kaufman. Maya Kaufman kind of loses control of that one, and it goes into the middle to the Thomas Worthington defender. So Thomas Worthington's going to look to try to get something started here with the through ball down through the middle, hashes. You know, that's what I like. With this being a football field, it's a lot easier to tell how far these girls are running.
You know, the landmarks are a little more recognizable
Yeah,
for
they
us.
are. So here comes Sophia Leonetti with a through ball down to the left side to Morgan Scott. She can't get there in time. Played by the Thomas Worthington goaltender, and she's going to hold on and wait for her team to get set for this kick. So again, it's 1-0 Pioneers here early with 33 minutes left to go in this first half. A goal earlier by Cameron Earl down the right side with a great through ball. As Jack called it, a cracker of a goal.
It was a cracker of a goal.
A cracker of the goal. All right. Pourball's going to play this down the right side, down to Cameron Earl. She's got speed. We've seen it earlier. She's going to get there in time. She's going to try to play it. Goes off the Thomas Worthington defender out of bounds. Orange throw coming up down the right side. So, Jack, what are you thinking so far here? If you're the Thomas Worthington defenders, what do they need to work on?
You know, I think obviously we need to work on positioning.
Okay.
I think they need to work on positioning, getting the ball, and just honestly getting the ball out of the Orange Pioneers' hands. Obviously, I'm okay with what they're doing right now.
Obviously, yeah.
A little biased opinion here, but
if you're the Thomas Worthington coach, you've got to get your players to get set, man. So this is a corner coming up here for the Pioneers. Big play after a miscommunication there from the Thomas Worthington defenders, and it rolled out of the back. So corner coming up. I think is that Cameron Earl who's going to take that number? Nope. Madison Daniel's going to take it. Nope, Cameron Earl's taking it. My bad. I was listening to the PA announcer. He was a little confused as well. It's hard to see these numbers this far away. Big kick.
Boot.
It's off the defender. So another Orange corner coming up. This time it's going to be from the left corner, looking at us. Again, the Pioneers, they're trying to attack in the north end of the field, and they're defending the south. So Cameron Earl's going to take this one as well. She had a good kick earlier, a little low, but it was able to create a rebound attempt, and that's what you want to do. You know, you want to be able to get the defenders out of their place and get an open shot. So Cameron Earl's going to take that one. This one's higher, and it was just a little bit too high, but it's played in again by Orange, and the goaltender's able to catch that one, and she'll be able to kick it away. So two very, very good offensive plays there, I think. You know, just to keep it down in the zone even. What a way to do that there by the Pioneers.
You know, a lot of people have this misconception or opinion more of that soccer is a boring sport.
I think it's very interesting.
I think the beauty of it is that plays like that down there.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to score on every play. It's not football. You know, a good play doesn't mean an interception or, you know, a Hail Mary score. It doesn't have to be a cracker to the goal every time. You know? The more it's about keeping possession, getting shots on goal, and then when those finally go in, it's that much more exciting.
Right, exactly. You know, you work on it at practice all week. The set plays, you know, they work on corner plays. You know, Cameron Earl, you're going to kick this one high. We're going to try to get somebody like Peyton Kaufman to get a header or something like that. But, you know, when it works, it's very exciting. And when it doesn't, you can still look for the positives in what happened there. It's almost like football in that way, you know. You set up these plays for this team, and hopefully you can get them to work. So Thomas Worthington's going to try to play this out of their own end. Again, they've been in their end in the defensive zone the whole game almost, it feels like, and they're going to lose that one too. So an Orange throw coming up here from Maya Kaufman. Again, she's a sophomore, something you don't see very often in high school soccer, starting freshman on varsity. So number 15, Morgan Scott's trying to play that one. Maya Kaufman gets bodied by the defender there. She lost possession. Tough hit there. So here's Sierra Clemens. She's going to kick that into the middle. I think that's Leonetti there who's trying to keep possession of that one. Loses it. Thomas Worthington's going to try to play it out of their end. But Maya Kaufman, good move by the Thomas Worthington player there. Did you see that? Good. She went in and out with that one and was able to get two defenders off of her. But that is going to be an Orange throw coming up as number 4, Keely Galloway, hit the deck. Almost looking like the great Jerry Ashmead there.
You know, Thomas has to work on getting the ball working on the offensive end.
Yeah, for sure.
It seems like the Orange defense is just too much for them right now.
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
know, it's a long game, but, if this keeps up, I don't think
it'll be hard to recover from
it. They can't even create any offense at the moment, and, that is their biggest goal right now.
Here they come. On cue, as Jack tells them they need to create offense, she'll send it in. Porball's easily able to play that one. She catches it now. She's got a cannon of a leg. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but just wait. If she kicks this one, it should be good. It's very, very impressive. She can kick it like Jack Fenton, Look at that. I mean, wow.
I think that's a little better than Jack Fenton, if I'm being honest here. Sorry, Jack, if you're listening. I don't see Jack getting any.
You're going to call out your boy like that,
50-yard punts.
Well, here come the Pioneers playing it down in the offensive zone. Over to Cameron Earl. Kind of loses the touch on that one. And here comes Thomas Worthington now. Soccer reminds me a lot of ping pong. I don't know if you play much ping pong, Jack.
I've played many a ping pong match in my day.
Oh, yeah? You pretty good?
I'm okay.
You're okay? Okay.
I have my brother and my dad are both very good at ping pong.
Yeah,
I'm probably the worst out of the three.
Right.
But I have good opponents. It's hard.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. But yes, the back and forth of soccer is also very interesting to watch. Here comes Maya Kaufman down the left side, able to play that one, and they called her offsides. It did not look like she was offsides at all. Very confusing call there by the ref, but you've got to respect it.
Got to respect it.
That's part of Crest. Respect the game.
You got to respect the game.
Is that very important in football as well? I know we're talking about football a lot, but, technically in other countries, soccer's called football. So.
Yeah, this is just a different kind of football.
Porball is able to intercept that one. She's going to send it down in. Kind of loses touch there from number 15, Morgan Scott. But, so again, is there a lot of, that sort of stuff happen in football?
Yeah, a lot of times, we might not agree with a call, but, it's very important, to respect the call, because let me tell you, arguing with the ref does not work, because you're just going to they can't change the call. They're not going to wave the flag because you said, oh, no, that's not right. So I think personally what I do is I'm just like, okay, sorry, sir, won't happen again.
Yep.
And you just shake it off, and you just want to be polite and not make them angry and make them throw more flags out of spite.
Sometimes I feel like soccer refs are even rougher than NFL refs. They'll throw out that yellow card in a second.
That's the thing. Some of them, I think the most important thing with a ref, official, anything is just consistency, because it gets really hard. I use being umpiring is my best example.
Okay.
So if you're calling a strike in the top right that's a little outside, that's fine as long as you're consistently calling the strike. It makes it so much harder on the players when calls are inconsistent. Even if they're wrong, as long as they're consistent, you can work with it.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's something that,
and because the last game I attended, it was a boys soccer match.
Okay.
It seemed like the refs, for one team, it was like every little shove was a yellow card. Okay. And then for the Pioneers, they were granting yellow cards to the Pioneers all night for little shoves, and then who were they playing that night? Liberty. Yeah, they were playing Liberty. When they were playing Liberty, it seemed like Liberty was pushing Orange all night, and they weren't even getting a yellow card. They were getting warnings.
Yeah. So, that's important. And officials are in every sport. They're part of every sport. And they play different roles. So, in something like swimming, it's very difficult to be an official swimming because every swimmer swims different, but you've got to look for the same key things to DQ people. And it's a lot different than, say, like ice hockey. The hockey officials, I think that's probably one of the hardest jobs.
Just based off of the movement,
right.
Being able to keep up. I can't follow hockey, and I'm watching it from a bird's eye view. Right. I cannot imagine being on the ice.
It's got to be crazy, man. So they're going to sub in here for the Pioneers, and a couple of the starters come out here. Grace Porball to name one. I can't really read all their numbers. Did you catch any of them?
Morgan Scott, I believe.
I think Morgan Scott came out, Addie Masters, and I couldn't tell you the other one was 19. I think Cameron Earl came out too, yeah. So we've got some new fresh blood in for the Pioneers, and they're going to try to make a move here. 3-on-3 opportunity, and she's got speed, a shot, and Ooh.
Good shot on goal by Sakura Johnson, sophomore.
That was a strong shot.
That was.
The goalie couldn't even keep control of it.
Bounced right off the goalie's chest.
It looks like there's an injury on the field here from Thomas Worthington.
Number 17 for Thomas Worthington.
So, yeah, that was a hard shot. I mean, the goalkeeper, she couldn't even keep control of it.
I think that's one of the hardest parts about being a goalie is taking those hard shots.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Getting past that barrier of this ball's going to hit me and it's not going to feel good, but I have to be okay with it. I think that would be one of the hardest parts of being a goalie.
I think, yeah, you know, that's something that's nice about non-contact sports. You're not getting hit. I mean, I've been hit a couple times, and it's just not fun.
You know, I can't really speak on that because
You hit. You're the one that's hitting.
My two sports are both contact.
Yeah.
But, you know, I wouldn't say, I mean, on defense, I get my fair share of.
You get run over ever, Jack?
Lowered shoulders. I've been run over
a time or two.
A time or two on occasion.
For those of you that are interested, the Wisconsin Badgers just beat the Michigan Wolverines 35-14.
It was a slaughter.
That is a slaughtering. You wonder if Jim Harbaugh will be able to keep his job after this season, Jack. If they don't beat Ohio State, I don't see any way that he can stay on as the head coach of that program.
You know, I'm not an Ohio State fan.
Neither am I.
I'm an ACC man.
Yeah, me too. I think the ACC is the best conference overall.
I think the ACC, in all sports, honestly, it is the most fun.
If you take sports and academics, it's the most fun and it's the best overall. If you add it all up.
If we're talking about basketball,
you got Duke, North Carolina. I mean,
reigning national champions, Virginia Cavaliers.
The ACC is definitely the strongest conference, but it always gets pushed to the side because of the bottom half teams.
Exactly.
But if you look at the top half of each conference, the ACC takes it every time.
And then even with football, we've got Clemson, Miami.
I mean, Miami's not been good in a while, but they've got something going there.
Virginia's cracked themselves in the top 25 this year. They're ranked 22nd.
Some exciting stuff is going on in college sports. I don't know if you saw this either, but in states like New York and California, they've passed bills where college athletes can now get endorsement deals.
You know, one of the hardest things, so the majority of those are going to be based off likeness.
Right.
So if ESPN uses like a highlight tape before a game, you know, if they use this player, they have to get paid for it. I think one of the hardest parts with that is going to be regulating the amount of money they're getting paid.
Yep.
What are the standards for the amount of likeness used, and how are they going to regulate to the point where it's not a competitive advantage for colleges in California and New York? Because if it's the way it is, UCLA is going to be a powerhouse in 2 years.
Right.
Because they're going to get everybody because it is.
Everybody wants to get paid.
But, you know, I think until it is legal everywhere, the NCAA is going to step in.
And not allow college
and not allow it.
Right. Well, I don't know if you saw this either. You know, I like the Big 12 too because I like West Virginia. And I got very excited when the news broke yesterday that Kansas basketball is under investigation for paying players to come play at Kansas.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Bill Self, he could be going down. And that could mean great things for my West Virginia Mountaineers, who upset Kansas last year in the first round of the Big 12 tournament. You know, West Virginia, they were like the 13th seed, I think, in the Big 12 tournament. They were like the last seed because they played Kansas. They made it all the way to the title game and lost to Texas Tech.
Wow.
Yeah, they made a run. It didn't work well, but they made a run. All right, Mike Kaufman with a strong shot, played by the goaltender. We're back to soccer now. We took a 5-minute break. There's an injury, and then we got sidetracked. Sorry about that. But a big kick from the Thomas Worthington goaltender down the field, and they don't know where that ball was. Both Thomas Worthington and who is that? Is that number 5?
And Sophia Leonetti.
No, that's Sophia Leonetti. They didn't know where that ball was. Yeah, that's number 12. I can't see. So that ball's out. It's going to be a Thomas Worthington throw coming up. And that wind is from the fan in here because it's probably 95 degrees in the press box.
Let me tell you, it's
hot.
Swampy in here.
It's hot. You know, last week I called the football game with Mr. Geiger, last home game, and it was probably 100 degrees in here. It was crazy. And you know, with football in here, you've got to have the doors closed.
You got more people, too.
You got more people, and you've got to have the doors closed on either side so that the coaches can't hear each other from the opposite teams. So, poor ball is going to show us her leg again here, and she's got a goal kick coming up, the general. It's 1-0 Pioneers with 21 minutes left in this first half. An early goal from Cameron Earl.
You know, you're starting to see Thomas Worthington get a little more possession of the ball.
They're settling down a little bit. It looks to be that way. Some exciting stuff going on, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of back-and-forth action. And with that, you're going to get more physical play. And we've seen so far there's only been one foul called, which is kind of nice to see. You know, they're letting them play.
Yeah. Right now we see number 19, Cameron Earl, lining up to be checked into the game.
There you go. Let's see if the ref turns around to let her in. He might not. No, he doesn't. So, big kick there. And Orange is going to try to keep this down in the zone. That ball is going to go out off of Thomas Worthington. They kick it into each other.
I don't know what they were thinking on that one. If they
the
were
ref
just
blows the
let it
whistle
out,
for the subs to come in. In comes Lauren Schrader, Cameron Earl, and Lizzie Wu. That's exciting to see.
Yeah.
The fans are ready. Lizzie Wu is a very good defender. I don't know how much you know about this girls' soccer team, Jack. But last year I can remember she had a very good game in the game I called. I think I called the Liberty game last year as well. And she had like 2 or 3 block shots in the game.
Wow.
You know, and she's not very tall. I don't know if you know her. She's in my class, the junior class that is, and I'm not very tall either, but I'm taller than her. You know, me and you, we're both not very tall guys, Jack. We make do.
We make up for it
in strength. In strength. Yeah, you could probably bench me. I'm not gonna lie, Jack. Ooh, a missed kick there by the goaltender. Popped it up almost like a golf shot, and kicked in by Schrader. Oh, that was a trip. And the Thomas Worthington player looks to be a little shaken up there, but she took out number 18, Madison Daniels' legs from underneath her. She looks like she hurt herself in that play. Didn't know what she was doing. They're calling for the trainer now. That was unintentional for sure.
Yeah, that was just two players going for the ball, getting tangled up, falling down. I don't think anything intentional is going on there, and I think the ref knows that.
Yeah, wait for him to know what's going on in this game. So it looks like an Orange free kick will definitely be coming up here, and that's exciting. You know, down in the offensive zone again. It's hot. It's hot, but they want to get to halftime for sure, and they would like to get to halftime with a 2-goal lead over a 1-goal lead.
You know, when it's hot like this, you're sweating, you're losing
fluids.
You see, we've been substituting. You know, it's always important to get fresh bodies, get those
get the fresh
starters back, getting water in their system, Gatorade, Body Armor, whatever they're drinking nowadays.
Yep, Mountain Dew, whatever you're having. So actually, they're going to give the free kick to Thomas Worthington. All right. I think there's a problem with the clock.
Here.
Oh, free kick back to Orange.
Who is he?
I think he was talking to the Orange coach there. That was confusing.
He's saying that one was on him.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he was making fun of himself there, and everyone thought it was funny.
So Peyton Kaufman, the senior, is going to take this free kick. The captain, one of the captains, a low kick looking for Kaufman over the middle. She's going to try to get it again. Loses a little bit of control there, but the Pioneers, they recovered. So they're going to set it up again. Down through the middle, looks like number 8 there, Peyton Kaufman. She hit her sister with that one. Maybe. No, I don't know. I'm lost now. Those numbers are so far away from me, Jack. So, again, the Pioneers are up 1-0 with 14 minutes to go in this first half on senior day. I guess because it's not senior night. It's still light outside.
You know.
Ooh, there's a call there from the ref. An Orange free kick coming up.
Talking about how.
Did that one just go out of bounds? Nope, a free kick coming up. It's indirect. We'll see what she can do here. Peyton Kaufman. She's going to take this one as well. Lizzie Wu is the only defender back at her at the 45-yard line. And Amanda Pourball is about 20 yards outside of the box. Good kick. And Schrader's going to play this one. Oh, a high kick.
Schrader boots it up there.
That one looked like it could have went through the field goal. Looking a little bit like Jack Barry there.
You know, Jack Barry had a good night last night.
I saw that. He made all 4 of his kicks, didn't
he? He missed a 44-yarder.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was just short. Online.
I did not see that on Twitter, but that's okay.
Yeah,
That's not bad. He's been very solid throughout.
He's a good talent. He's a sophomore.
Right.
Younger guy. It's his first year kicking. He kicked for us at the last couple games last year because he was a freshman, and when the freshman season conceded and we were going into week 10 and then the postseason, he came out and tried it, and he went on kickoff a couple times.
There we go. So, can the freshmen not play on varsity? Is that like a thing?
It is not a rule.
But it's usually
kind of an unspoken
like rule.
Yeah.
Is that for every team usually? Cameron Earl's trying to fight with her dog fight going on down there in the low end of the field, and Thomas Worthington just kicks it out of bounds. So it's like an unspoken rule
for football.
So every school follows it pretty much.
No, not every.
So like,
school
would you say like when Zach Harrison was a freshman,
Zach Harrison was a freshman, he did not play.
He did not play varsity?
He did not play varsity.
Oh, wow.
Zach Harrison was not.
Oh, inside. And the goalkeeper's going to be able to play that one.
Because let me tell you, I've been playing football. When I was in 7th grade, Zach Harrison was in 8th grade.
Right.
And, Zach's always been an athlete. He's always been a leader. That was actually probably the most impressive thing about him when he was younger was his leadership. And, everyone respected him, obviously.
Right.
But he wasn't this crazy.
He got the start today.
He did get the start today. He was titled the co-start.
Yep. That's exciting stuff going on. Again, we're talking about Olentangy Orange graduate Zach Harrison, who plays now at The Ohio State University.
Yeah, he's a true freshman,
true
defensive
freshman,
end.
Co-starting today. Very, very impressive.
That kid's gained about 20 pounds
that's
of
just
pure lean
muscle.
muscle mass.
I just can't
saw him
it.
at a 7-on-7 this summer, and my goodness.
Portball's going to kick this one out of her goal box after her defender sends it back to her. Good kick.
Just short of midfield.
Yeah.
It'll roll on.
She didn't even punt that one. That was straight off the ground. Oh. And here we go. We've got an opportunity here.
No goalie in the net.
Goal for the Pioneers. What a defensive effort there by the striker. I couldn't tell who that was. We'll wait for them to tell us who it was. And the Thomas Worthington goalie is upset. She missed that kick.
That was a mistake by the goalie. The goalie kicked it straight into the Olentangy Orange defender.
She did. Madison Daniel there, the striker, was playing defense, was able to block that one, get up to the ball, and shoot it into the net. So 2-0 Pioneers with 16 minutes left in the first half.
Boy, did Orange capitalize on their mistakes on that one.
That was an opportunity there, and they took it. Great hustle there from Madison Daniel, the junior. And here we go again. We could get another one. So
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Thomas Worthington plays it down into the Orange end. Can't get nothing going, and Orange is going to set it up again down the right side. And here come the Pioneers. Ooh, stolen away. Good defensive effort there from Thomas Worthington. Jack, what did you think about that goal?
I wouldn't say it was quite a cracker, but it was impressive. It was a great play.
It had some heat on it.
It did.
Cameron Earl plays this down in the left end. And she sends it into the middle to Schrader. Schrader loses the touch on it. Good pass there. A little strong for her. And that was a little tough. Had a lot of spin on that ball, almost like a golf shot from Rory McIlroy at the Masters.
Looks like she was trying to bend it like Beckham a little
Bend it like Beckham. What a vine that was. Wasn't that a vine? I don't know.
Bend it like Beckham is a term referring to David Beckham. It was much more than a vine, Tanner.
It was much more than a vine.
Much more than a vine.
I know my friends and we recreated the video, and it's a funny one.
Back in Beckham's heyday, he was known for his superb ability to curve his shots.
Yes, for sure.
And that that kick was very Beckham-esque.
All right. Well, many people have considered Ronaldo and Messi to be the top two players in the world for a long time. But I just don't see that as the case. I think for a couple of years there's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He was the best player in soccer at a time. David Beckham, obviously. But, everybody likes just the big-name guys. And I don't always take it that way.
It's
kind of like
I'm not
football,
a big follower of MLS, but from what I've watched, Messi and Ronaldo, it's hard to compare. They're two different players.
Yes. Course.
Ronaldo's more of a explosive striker, and I feel like Messi is much
Schrader
better.
with a big kick down the left side. Messi's much better, yeah. And here comes Cameron Earl down the left side. We'll get back to that topic in a second.
Yeah,
here.
we will.
See this Pioneer offensive zone set up. Cameron Earl sends it in. Oh, Maya Kaufman's able to. That's not Maya Kaufman. That's number 16, Sakura Johnson there. Grace Boorball is going to send it over to the right side. And here comes the Pioneers. Kicks it to the inside. Oh, just strong. But here's Cameron Earl with a shot back into the middle. And it goes just wide of the net into the field hockey goal. Great play there by the Pioneers. Way to set it up. Went from end to end of the field. And Morgan Scott comes into the game, and Adeline Masters as well. Great offensive pressure there from the Pioneers. That shot just went wide.
Yeah, you hate to see them miss it, but it's always great to see them keeping the attack. They're up 2 goals here, and
you got to look at the positives. Good pressure there. So here come the Pioneers again. That's Adeline Masters sends it in, and that one looks like it's going to trail off to a Thomas Worthington defender. So, a lot of people, when they talk about pro sports, they talk about how, they just say the big name players are always the best, and I don't see that as the case. You've got Lamar Jackson as one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL this year, and many people considered him to be a bust going into last year. Coming into the season, they said he ran the ball too much, and now he's looking like an early MVP candidate.
Yeah, and Patrick Mahomes last year, no one saw that coming.
No, nobody. Because Mitchell Trubisky was taking over him.
How many touchdowns was it?
50-something.
50-something touchdowns. That is just ridiculous.
I
think Pat Mahomes reminds me of a playmaking point guard in basketball. He can just – he's literally passed, no-look passes for touchdowns, and his ability to throw on the run, off balance, is just –
good play there by Lizzie Wu.
Second
the body.
to none.
And another Thomas Worthington injury, number 14. That was a physical play.
Very.
Almost like a user hit stick.
They say soccer's not a contact sport, but let me tell you.
I think soccer has more concussions than football. I saw that stat one time. That's probably incorrect, but I mean, it would make sense. I know a lot of soccer players that have not been allowed to play anymore because they've had so many concussions.
I've heard many cases of soccer players getting concussions, not only from person-to-person contact, but that ball, when it gets going, if it whacks you in the head,
it hurts.
It'll hurt.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes those soccer balls are very, very inflated, and the girls are passing around hydro flasks down there, getting that water in them. And it's homecoming week, and Visco Day is on Thursday. Jack, you gonna bring your hydro flask?
You know what? I'm gonna have my scrunchies on my wrist, my hydro flask in my hand.
I think I'm gonna bring my hydro flask in as well.
It's gonna be a day.
It's gonna be a good day. You're gonna get you some Nike shorts.
I'm gonna get me some Nike shorts.
You're gonna be looking good, man. Are you excited for homecoming?
Yeah, I am excited for homecoming.
It's your senior year homecoming, your last one. Kind of sad,
Yeah, I mean, it's
homecoming.
It's homecoming.
It's just a good time. Everybody wants to go have fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than prom.
It is. Prom. I went to my
prom
first prom last year.
Yeah, I was
there.
It
was
It was hot.
It was fun. It was hot.
It was
so
a
hot. Small
hot.
little room.
Yeah, I
hot.
remember that. Oh my goodness.
But it was fun. It's a different thing because it's less people.
It's completely
nicer.
different.
Prom's just generalized as a bigger deal than homecoming.
Right. Yeah. But homecoming week is always fun at school too because you get the themes every day, and everybody's just more excited for the football game. I think it's probably one of the most populated football games of the year besides Tansy Week and Liberty Week, obviously. But everybody just wants to go out and have fun that week, and it's a lot of fun. You have Powder Puff and you have the bonfire and stuff. I don't know if we're doing those things this year, but I just remember in years past how much fun homecoming week is because everybody's incorporated in the whole school.
Powder Puff was actually canceled this year due to lack of applicants.
Well, that's not ideal.
That is not ideal. I have been a Powder Puff coach since freshman year.
And
we did not. Neither teams had enough players this year, and we just couldn't do it.
That sucks.
That's
kind of upsetting.
With my 0-3 record, As a Powder Puff coach, I was really looking.
Oh, a good play there by the Orange offense from the corner, but wait for the Thomas Worthington goalie to get in there and make that stop. 0-3, hey?
0-3, I lost. I actually coached against my brother my freshman year. He was a senior.
Did he
that
beat
year.
you?
He did beat me.
Well,
they had a very stacked team.
Did the seniors usually win every year?
The seniors used to win every year.
Okay.
And then Robbie Dayhuff's class with Kenzie Blendick.
Yep.
Brenda Adjecum.
Oh, Brenda Adjecum. What an athlete.
You had Yvonne. You had so many athletes on that team.
Down the side, Morgan Scott now. She's got a breakaway. There she goes. She's taking off. A low shot, covered up by the goaltender, and she's going to throw this one out. Yeah, that's very true. Robbie Dayhuff's class of last year, they had a lot of athletes in that class.
I believe, I could be mistaken, I believe they three-peated. I believe they won their sophomore, junior, and senior years.
That's very impressive. You know, I feel like last year's senior class had some of the most athletes playing college that we've ever had here in Orange. You look at it, there was quite a few people who went to go on to be athletes in college.
I remember going to the signing days.
Yeah, the signing.
Because, I had friends that were going on, and I wanted to go support them. And it was like, there were like 15 at each one, just lined up.
Crazy, man.
It was taking forever.
It was.
You love to see it. It's a good problem to have.
My favorite was Zach Harrison's, obviously. I worked on it for Orange Sports Live, and we were the only media there. Orange Sports Live was the only media allowed in. No ESPN, no 10 TV, nobody. And we live streamed it. And at one point on that live stream, there was over 200,000 people watching him make his commitment to the Ohio State. It's just crazy to think about.
You get a lot of recruits. They want to make their big announcement. They want ESPN. They want all these
people there.
I think that's one of the great things we had with Zach was he didn't
kept
care.
It in-house, right.
He kept it in-house. He wasn't tweeting every offer he got. He didn't talk to people about where he wanted to go to college. Going into that,
I thought he was going to Michigan.
I played football. There were rumors and rumors and rumors, and even, his closest friends, I don't know if they knew or if he didn't tell them.
I think he said 5 people knew before he made his commitment. And his parents, obviously, and then, his cousin and Jacob Lipperman. Oh, and a goal from the Pioneers after the goaltender drops that ball. And that was impressive. Another goalie mistake there from Thomas Worthington, and it's 3-0 Pioneers with 8:25 left to go in the first half. We were sidetracked there because we thought she was going to cover that one up, but Morgan Scott gets a goal there, and Pioneers are up 3-0 early, Jack.
3-0 in the first half, that's something you don't see a lot in soccer, but it's good to see. You love to see it, especially on senior night,
Yeah, you do.
Senior afternoon,
senior day. I don't know what we're calling it. We'll come up with a name by the end of the broadcast. But the Pioneers, they're going to look to just keep scoring more goals here as they pressure Thomas Worthington. They send it across the middle, and Thomas Worthington has yet to have a shot on goal.
Yeah, said it at the beginning of the game. I'm going to say it again. It's the possession. Orange has controlled the ball very well. They've done a good job of, we have some talented strikers on this team, and, they've done a good job of getting to them and letting them work.
Yes, for sure. The forwards of Orange are just so good.
Strikers, forwards.
Well.
Potato.
Okay. This is a Thomas Worthington throw coming up with about 7 minutes left in the half. And the Pioneers are up 3-0. And Socorro Johnson's about ready to come back in this game at the next chance for a sub. Good body play, but they blow the whistle for a free kick. I don't know. That one looked to be a play on the ball. Kind of ran into her and knocked her over.
It's hard because it's hard to differentiate between when it's intentional and when it's not. Most of the time, I feel like it's just them trying to play.
Yeah, I think so too. So, Thomas Worthington, the Cardinal, are going to try to get some offense flowing here. And the Orange defense has just been stellar all day. They've been playing lights out like it is here at Pioneer Field because we're here in the afternoon.
I think Amanda Pourball has only touched the ball once today.
I think she's had a goal kick and then one where she got a pass back and kicked it out, yeah. But Lizzie Wu's going to play this one from the 10-yard line. Good kick from her up to Socorro Johnson. who lets it fall back to Leonetti. Over to Grace Porball, who says, go down the line, and she's going to pull it back. Now she's just stopped and walking around, passes it back to Sierra Clemens. Clemens with the left foot into the middle, looking for Johnson. Too strong, but Orange is going to try to steal this one away. Here comes 15. Morgan Scott loses possession of that. Cameron Earl down on the left side was looking for a pass. Johnson over to the right, and there's Maya Kaufman, who's going to try to keep possession of that. It drops back in. I think that's Sam Fedio over there. I could be mistaken.
That is Sam Fedio, I believe.
Yeah, she's usually over there on that right side. And, yeah, it is. It's number 13. So that's Sam Fedio. Screens off the Thomas Worthington attacker, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Pioneers. Up to Maya Kaufman, who looks into the middle for Sakura Johnson, who makes a razzle-dazzle move. Down for Earl, and she's got it, and they're going to call off sides.
That one, I think that was a good call. I hate to say it.
Yeah, I hate to say it, too. I was hoping they might let it go, but she showed her speed there for sure. We could see that coming again. Again, the Pioneers are attacking the north end of the field down by the American flag and the scoreboard. So in the second half, they'll be looking in, or no, right now they're looking into the sun. Second half, they won't be. We'll see if that can help them out maybe. And they just let them play after that one. And Grace Porball is going to send it back into the middle to Leonetti, who looks for Johnson. Pass is intercepted by Thomas Worthington. Looks down the right side. Lizzie Wu picks that one off and kicks it into the middle. Down to Clemens on the left side. And she's going to show her speed. Tries to keep her defender off her. Falls over. But Sakura Johnson gets it in the middle. Back to Leonetti. Down through the middle. And nobody is there. The goaltender should pick this one up. And she does. We'll see if she tries to throw it or kick it away. And down the right side, Lizzie Wu's going to play this one. She keeps control of it, settles it down, passes it backwards. And Thomas Worthington's going to try to pressure that kickoff to hurry it up. And Fedio is going to take this one from her right end into the middle to the side to Maya Kaufman, who tries to settle that one just a bit too high for her. Leonetti comes in the game now. I was mistaking her for, I think, Keely Galloway. Nope, I'm wrong again. That's all right. I think I was confusing her with Morgan Scott, maybe. Jack, what do you think right now, man?
3-0, not much nothing really to complain about here for the Pioneers.
There's not at all.
They're doing their thing. They're playing their game.
Yep, that's what you can do. Ugh, excuse me. And ball trickles through down into the defensive end. For the Mary Kaufman now down the right side. She's going to look for a pass in the middle. She's going to keep possession. Makes a move. Loses it, and Thomas Worthington's able to take that one away, but she's going to keep pushing for this ball. Good play there by the Thomas Worthington defender, but it's picked off by Fedio. And Thomas Worthington's able to clear the zone now, potentially, but not going to happen. And into the middle, looking for Porball. Porball couldn't get there in time. And back to Lizzie Wu. Wu looks. She's got Earl down the left side. Earl was not offside. She's going to try to set up an offensive play here to get another goal for the Pioneers with 2:35 on the clock. And she is bodied out of bounds. That's going to be a corner coming up for the Pioneers.
Let's see what the Pioneers can do here with this corner. We've got 2:20 left here in the first half. They'd love to punch another one in, make that 4-0.
Would. Hannah Heald's coming into the game now, and I think Cameron Earl just came off. So Hannah Heald, she's a junior, and she's pretty tall. Maybe they're going to try to get her in there to get a header or something like that. But the Pioneers, they're being very smart about their subs, trying to get water to all their players and keep them hydrated. They definitely have more depth on that bench than Thomas Worthington does. Big kick in. Tried to get Heald. Heald too high. Lizzie Wu's going to come up and play this. Kicks it back in. And, she couldn't catch that one either. She's had trouble catching the balls here tonight, the Thomas Worthington goaltender. That's led to 2 different goals. And the Pioneers, they're trying to take advantage of every opportunity that they get. Sam Fedio with a little elbow there. Do you see that physicality? That's what you want to see.
You love to see it. You know, we keep saying the goalie is one of the most important positions on the field, and, you know, they're the general. And I think we're seeing that in Thomas Worthington, that, you know, a mess up at goalie is a big deal.
It is, for sure.
You know, she's had 2 mistakes today, and Orange has capitalized on both of those.
Right. And that made it 3-0 instead of 1-0. She had no chance at that first goal early in this game, and they just haven't been able to recover from that goal that was about 3 minutes in.
That was a good through ball.
That was.
The whistle is called.
I don't know what they might have called a handball or something there. But here comes a free kick. Ugh. Jack, I'm tired. Are you tired, man?
You know,
You played last night. I didn't even play.
with the rain delays last night, I wasn't home until around, I wasn't tucked in my bed until 1:50. Probably fell asleep around 2.
Yeah.
Had lift and film this morning.
Okay, what time did you get here?
I got to the school around 7:30.
Okay.
And then, so that's about 5 hours of sleep right there.
Yeah, that's not too bad, I guess.
And then since then, I had the JV game. I went home. Mrs. Allman made me some food, and here I am.
That turkey wrap she made you looked really, really yummy.
You know, a little turkey, ham, bacon, Colby Jack cheese on a tortilla.
That's what it's about. No, it does not. All right, so halftime here at Pioneer Field. The Pioneers are up 3-0 on senior night, and they've been looking good here, man. I'm very excited. There was a lot of energy early in the half, kind of settled down there, and then a mistake from the Thomas Worthington goalie led to another Pioneer goal, and they've not settled down since then. Lots of offensive pressure coming, 2 corners in a row. Both didn't lead to a goal, but they led to some good pressure time, and the Pioneers, they've just controlled the ball thus far throughout the game.
You know, you're definitely going to see, coming out into the second half, you're going to see Thomas Worthington trying to go get a shot early. They have to play aggressive at this point. They're down 3 goals. They don't have that much time. And you're going to see the Pioneers try to keep that lead and build off of it. You know, it's senior night. They're out here trying to have some fun.
Yeah, Brandon Fedio just took our picture. He's a promising young talent on the football team as well. His sister, she's played well here tonight, very physical. And the seniors, they've looked good. You know, they said they were going to be emotional before the game. They were, but when the game started, they turned that emotion off. They went out there to win. And Jack, you know, poor ball, she's not seen much come at her at goal. And you hope that she's still on her toes, because you never know what could happen. And, you know, hopefully the general can keep it under control. But if something were to happen and Thomas Worthington got a breakaway, you'd hope she'd be ready for it. She didn't see much action at all there in that first half. Hopefully she's still on her toes.
You know, I played a little goalie back in my OYAA days, Tanner.
Oh, yeah?
And, you know, I
played goalie for a while, too, until I was about 7.
It was fun, you know. You didn't have to run.
No.
But I think one of the biggest struggles with it is staying on your toes, exactly what you said.
Right.
I don't have a very big attention span myself.
Yeah.
So I'd find myself, you know, picking daisies in the grass. And next thing you know, ball's in the back of the net, and I had no idea what happened.
Well, you know, there's no daisies out here on Pioneer Field. It's a well-kept turf field.
Well-kept turf field. You know, Big Walnut doesn't have a turf field.
No, they don't. You know, a lot of schools don't have a turf field. One of the most exciting things I saw last night, I got very excited, probably more than I should have, but Pick Central got upset by Groveport Madison.
I did see that. Groveport Madison 2 years ago went 0-10.
Yes, they did.
While Pick Central won the state championship, and last night you saw the roles flipped.
Yeah, you know, Groveport holds a special place in my heart. Both my parents graduated from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did. And you know, it's a very cool place. I've been there for a lot of football games. And you know, it's called Le'Veon Bell Field. They've got a brand new turf field there. They've got this sweet Brandon Fedio, man. You got to leave, bro.
He's held up
fatheads in front
miniature fathead of his sister.
And Groveport, they look to be a promising program here in the future. And it's cool to see Pickerington Central get upset by somebody who's not considered to be a top-tier high school football program in the state. But they're building something out there at Groveport, and it's exciting.
Yeah, you know, I haven't followed Groveport that much, but I saw that on Twitter. Sword Rivals tweeted it last night, and you know, it's good to see. You know, Pick Central has been a powerhouse.
Well, you know, I only thought of
years.
it because you said Big Walnut doesn't have the turf field. Well, neither does Pick Central. I don't know if you knew that or
Pick Central, yeah.
They do not have a turf field.
because Big Walnut has a tight end in the NFL.
Right.
And that tight end offered to pay for their turf, and they said no because they want to be the school with grass. And I believe someone, I forget who, someone said, if you're going to be the team with grass, you got to be good. And they referred to Pick Central.
Right.
Well,
Pick Central, I know that they can't have turf because of where their field is. It's down in a valley. Ooh. And so what would happen would be all the turf could just get washed away when floods happen. So you can't have a turf field there. But yeah, you're right. If you're going to have a grass field, you've got to be a good team. You know, many NFL teams they don't have grass fields anymore, but one of them is the Pittsburgh Steelers, who does, and you know they're usually a perennial playoff team. And grass, I think grass holds an advantage.
You know, it does because I think just because it's different now. You know, back in the day, if you had turf, that'd be your advantage because you're used to playing on turf. But now all the high schools have turf. When we play Big Walnut, we know they have grass field.
And so it's different.
We go practice on the soccer fields all day, all week.
Really?
To prep for it so that we're used to the grass, used to the footing.
Right, because, the cleats, they go into that differently, don't they?
Yeah, you get a little more give on the turf, actually. It's interesting.
Well, that's kind of like, you know, in swimming, I mean, there's different types of chemicals they use in the pool.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got the chlorine pools, you got bromine pools, and that sort of stuff. And the water's different. So, you know, you cut through the water a little differently. In wrestling, are all the mats just the same, right?
I mean, actually not.
Really?
We actually have two different kinds of mats. We have our travel mats, which are a little harder.
Okay.
And then the mats that we use every day for practice are a little softer. Different schools use different mats. It doesn't play too big of a factor, obviously, but, you know, a different feel. Everything kind of makes a difference.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, every sport, there's different kinds of advantages. Obviously, golf is one of the most advantageous sports. Mm-hmm. You know, those who have hard home courses have a better advantage at home because they're used to playing the hard courses.
Yeah.
You know, so like Pickerington North, their home course is called Pine Hill. And I went out there and I played there because I'm on the golf team. And compared to Bentry, that place, I mean, it's like a cross-country course with the amount of hills you've got. And it's just different. Every sport, there's different advantages you don't think about having. You know, basketball, it's not really that way. You know, everybody's got the same kind of basketball court. So with volleyball and basketball, those are very similar. But like hockey, you know, the ice is different in every arena.
Really?
Yeah. So in the NHL, I hear that the Washington Capitals have some of the worst ice in the NHL, but as well as the Arizona Coyotes. Well, you can't really have ice in the desert. You know, the way I see it, I don't know why the Coyotes are a hockey team anyway. But like, yeah. So every ice is a little bit different. Some ice is thicker, some is thinner. Some of them are colder or warmer, so you know there's more slush at some places. It's very crazy to think about what teams do to try to gain an edge.
You know, Tanner.
Yeah.
I learn something new every time I talk to you. I had no idea that there were different feels of the water on the swim team.
Well, yeah, there's definitely.
To me, pool's a pool.
Well, but you know, have you ever jumped in a cold pool versus a warm pool?
Oh yeah.
Do you know that?
But that's temperature.
Well, yes, but temperature matters when you're swimming.
That is true.
So most swimmers prefer an ice cold pool.
Really?
Because you want to get out. So you're going to swim faster. You know?
I do feel like I would be slower.
You jump in the warm pool, you're like, oh boy, this feels good. I don't know if I want to get out.
You're chilling.
But the cold pool, you're like, okay, time to go. You got to warm up the muscles, so you're going to swim faster.
That's true.
You know, the cold pool is definitely advantageous as well as the bromine pool. The bromine pool tastes worse. You know, I mean, you taste a pool when you get in it. You know you do. So you want to get out of the bromine pools because they're colder and they taste worse. And there's nothing worse than a cold, bad-tasting pool.
Yeah, I mean, you got me there.
Yeah, I do. I know. Most people don't think about those kind of things. And then with golf, you know, this is more of a personal preference for me, but I like the golf courses that have Mountain Dew over Coke. You know, after the round, you know, when you're at Bentry, you can look forward to after the round. I bet this kid on the golf team, his name is Max, I bet him every week a Mountain Dew on who's going to win. You know, when we went out to Pine Hill, they were a Coke product place. I had to drink me a Coke. Not the same.
You know, I tell you, I think you got to open your horizons a little bit. Sometimes a nice cold Coke, it hits. It hits different.
You know, most people when they ask me Coke or Pepsi, I tell them Pepsi because they own Mountain Dew. So if I'm going to have to support
Pepsi
one,
man.
I support Pepsi so Mountain Dew stays in business.
In my personal opinion, Pepsi.
I think Coke tastes better than Pepsi, not going to lie to you. But if I got to support one, I'm supporting Pepsi.
Coke is American, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I support America, so I support Coca-Cola.
Well, if you're going to do that to me.
I'm not being paid to say this.
Hey, Pepsi is America's colors.
Yeah, first quarter.
Okay. America was founded on Coca-Cola, Tanner.
Well, okay. I can't argue that.
Coca-Cola and Little Debbie treats.
Oh, I love an oatmeal cream pie.
That's America.
I don't know. I grew up on oatmeal cream pies with my great-grandmother.
I tell you what.
She's watching this right now.
She is.
Oh, yeah. I hope she's enjoying an oatmeal cream pie. Because every time I saw her, she'd give me one of those. And when I get down and I get sad, I always have to go to the gas station and get me one of them. Because there's nothing that'll pick you up more than an oatmeal cream pie.
I tell you what.
Little Debbie and Coca-Cola.
My granny down in Virginia, she's always got all sorts of treats. And the oatmeal cream pies are always sitting there in a little brown basket.
You ever had a cold one?
Cold oatmeal cream pie.
A cold oatmeal cream. It'll change your life, man.
Tell you what, last night at the game, they brought us, because we needed food because we were sitting around for so long. I'll get this in quick before we start the second half here. We had Smuckers.
Okay.
Strawberry. Yeah. It was strawberry jelly and peanut butter.
Very delicious.
They were frozen.
Oh.
They tasted like ice cream. I'm not going to there's no other way to put it. Yeah. It was amazing.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you try a cold, chilled oatmeal cream pie, the cream in the middle is like ice cream. It's like a vanilla bean on an oatmeal cream pie. Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to have to try it.
It will take you to a place, man. It will take you to a place. It's better than anything else you can do.
Me and you need to sit down one day, crack open a couple cold Smuckers and oatmeal cream pies, make a day out of it.
Maybe we can do that for a vitamin C segment. I also saw you can freeze pop cans and cut them open and eat them like a popsicle. Something crazy.
You can't freeze a pop can, it'll explode.
You pour it in a slushy magic thing.
Oh.
As seen on TV, my kind of stuff. Maybe you just
slushy magic. I had a slushy magic, not the shake one, the squeeze ones.
Down the sideline, looking for Cameron Earl down the right side. Goes out of bounds. Thomas Worthington throw coming up. Slushy magic was the stuff, man.
Slushy magic was the stuff. It was something else.
It was very, very good. Pioneers, they started the second half with the ball, and an offensive push early there. So Thomas Worthington throw coming up. Pioneers are heading south, and they're looking to do good. So Leonetti there sends it over to Kaufman. That one's kicked away, but Sierra Clemens keeps possession down for the Pioneers. Little strong kick there for her. Got to get that fan off me, or you're going to hear it on my mic the whole time. And a good kick there from the goalie, and Fedio's going to try to steal this ball away. You saw her. She kind of narrowed in on that girl. You see that? That was kind of scary looking. And the Pioneers, they're just trying to keep possession here. They've got it so far. And
she looks like she's ahead. She
got a shot to pop up, and it's in the goal! What a attempt there. Those are the worst. One of my best friends, he's a goalie, and he says the worst is when you get a chip shot goal scored on you, because those are the ones you've got to save. They pop right over your head, just out of your reach. Can't beat them. Great goal there by the Pioneers.
It reminds me of football. When you're in coverage,
Yep.
If you break on a ball, you got to make sure you can get it.
Yeah.
I feel like that applies to the goalies here. If you're going to jump up for that ball, I feel like you need to know 100% that you were going to get that ball.
So that goal there, that chip shot goal, was scored by Sophia Leonetti, the senior, and that one looked to be a little easy. So the Pioneers are up 4-0 here. 38 minutes to go in the half. Looking good. So let me ask you something. So, my guy, one of my favorite football players on Orange is Joey Guagenti. Okay, you gotta love Joey G, man. He was in my history class freshman year, and I started to know him. I moved up here freshman year, and he was one of the first guys I connected with. What a guy, and he played. He didn't play freshman year, but he played on varsity sophomore year.
He started varsity corner sophomore year.
Crazy, man. He had that blocked field goal earlier this season. Just a good player.
He is. One of my best memories of Joey was his pick six against Westerville North, I believe it was last year.
What a play, man.
He was
moving.
He was moving, but the thing was, he wasn't even sprinting.
No.
He was just staying behind the blockers. He was patient. He just took it to the house.
Almost looked like Troy Polamalu there, I mean,
it was a little too natural.
Right. It looked like the ball was just thrown to him.
It was.
It was nice. So Port Ball's faced one shot so far here, and it was an easy rollout save for her. And the Pioneers, whistle. Maybe a dangerous play for a high kick. Her leg was up in the air there a little bit there, Jack.
Yeah, you got to watch the high cleats. They can be very dangerous.
Yeah, that can be scary. I mean,
cleat to the face would not feel good.
No, it would not. You look at people who've gotten hurt from kicks and stuff to the face in soccer. Scott Sterling, one of the all-time classic YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I know it was fake, but what a video. Off the face over and over again. Poor Ball is able to pick that one off. And nobody's there from that kick. And it rolls out of bounds. Thomas Worthington throw coming up here. And Cameron Earls right in front of her. And here come the Pioneers. They kick it down the sideline. It's going to be played by the goaltender. And Pioneers are going to look to take advantage of something here. They've got it. He's going to try to get a shot off. It's a weak shot played by the goaltender. Look to be an easy save there. We'd like to say hi to Mrs. Welch out there watching me and Jack. We love that you could listen to us all day.
You know, this is my second time calling a game, and Mrs. Welch, I've gotten feedback from her mid-broadcast.
Both times?
Both times.
Yeah.
And, you love to see it. That first one I was a little nervous, but when I checked my phone at halftime and I saw that text from Mrs. Welch, it settled the nerves. I was ready to go.
Great kick by Fedio. Nobody down there, but she showed off the power in her leg. That weightlifting at Orange High School, one of the top programs in the state for sure.
Coach McKendrick has done
the new weight room
great
is
things.
just a great thing.
Those upgrades, he's been talking about it forever. He's wanted to. We got turf in the weight room. We got about 20 yards of turf in there, and then on top of that, we have all brand new racks. We have new Sornex machines. There's all sorts of stuff we can do, and it just really helps optimize what we're doing in the weight room. And all sports can use it. That's the beautiful thing.
That's what's really cool.
It's something that
you've got every sport in there every day.
That's the thing. I was talking to fellow Juice member Ramey Shields.
Yeah, bowling
during our career. Bowling will be lifting this year, and she is excited about it.
That's very, very cool. What's really cool about everybody in the high school connecting in the weight room is it just shows the tolerance we have for each other. One of the Crest values. Everybody
that
is
final T.
That's one of my favorite ones. I think tolerance is one of my favorite things of Crest. It's very important that we tolerate each other, and we're all pioneers at the end of the day. You got to love everybody at the school.
Everybody love everybody.
That's what makes it go round,
The words of Jackie Moon. The great thing about lifting is you can lift for every sport, because not all sports you have to be, big muscle, crazy strong. It's not like you need bench press for golf necessarily.
Right.
But in the weight room, it's not just strength.
It's not just what you think about. Yeah,
you can.
They do yoga now. I hear.
I did a yoga session with Coach McKendrick on Thursday. Let me tell you, I walked out of there.
Yoga is hard,
man.
Yoga is very hard. We used to do it at club swimming, and we'd rather do swimmers we call it dry land. We'd rather do push-ups and stuff over yoga. I mean, yoga is just brutal on you, man.
It's brutal during, but about 5 minutes after, your legs feel like they were replaced. It's insane.
They do.
After a long week of lifting and training.
Yeah, I hear a lot of NASCAR drivers do yoga because sitting in that car for a while.
Yeah.
Driving 500 miles on it one day, in a stick shift car. I mean, they do paddle shift obviously, but that's got to be grueling on the legs.
Yeah, I mean,
especially going 200 miles an hour. Oh. Couldn't do it. I would love to do it one.
Tom Brady, he's how old now? 40?
43 almost,
40 something.
Fedio down the side, yeah. He does yoga.
Yoga's one of his big things. He obviously has a vegan diet as well. But, that's one of the big
TB12 method. He's still standing strong.
That's one of the big things he does to keep up his game. And, obviously he's competing at
the highest level. Yeah.
He's been...
Good kick there by Fedio. It's just missed inside. Great pass by her for the assist of what could have been a great goal.
Kaufman missed a little bit on that kick.
Just a bit. The sun was right in her eyes, and that was tough for her to make. that time the Thomas Worthington goalie just kicks it out of the way, not even towards the defender, as of what happened earlier. And we'd like to tell everybody that Spencer Wine says hello.
Spencer,
from the studio.
You know,
Spencer Wine, he's our technical director today, and he just wants to say hello in the words of Adele.
You know, Spencer's in a similar situation to me. We're both new to the Juice this year.
Yes.
And, you know, Spencer was nervous coming out today. Tech director, you know, he doesn't know what to do.
No.
But, you know, let me tell you.
He's doing a great job.
He's doing a good job.
Very impressive. You got to love him, too.
You know,
one of the most lovable guys I've ever met in my life is Spencer Wine.
Nothing gets me going more in football
than listen to him sing or something
than
like that.
listening to him when he's yelling, getting the boys rowdy in the Pioneer Pit.
Spencer is one of my favorite student section leaders of all time. You know, we've had some great ones since I've been here at Orange. Obviously, this year is probably my favorite set of them. I'm a lot closer to these guys, you know, Jake, Spencer, Rafi, and Ryan. But I don't think there's been a funnier guy as a student section leader than Spencer.
Yeah. I mean, we got to give the shout-out to the rest of them, too.
Oh, of course.
You know, we got Rafi right next to us running camera.
Oh, yeah. And then up in the studio, you got Ryan Welchie and Spencer. And Mr. Nicola was here earlier. I don't think he's here with us anymore. But what that guy does for this broadcast program is just insane.
You know, I think the amount of time he puts into this and, you know,
he cares so much.
He cares so much, and, you know, sometimes that leads to some frustration on both ends.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just, at the end of the day, it's just that everyone
wants to do something.
Us and him want this to
work.
Be as good as it can be, because we know how good it can be. It's just a matter of us getting there. And,
right.
You know, it can be frustrating when we're right there and we just...
Oh, here comes Thomas Worthington on the attack. Kicked away by Fedio. Great defensive play. Poor ball was getting there to be ready for it. And Fedio kicked that one about 30 yards off the field. Nobody's getting that one anytime soon.
You're going to see the ball girls running for that one for a minute.
Yeah. That was at the left foot, too. Very impressive. Most dominant right-footed people can't kick with the left foot. But she showed the strength there.
Do you know if Sam Fedio is dominant?
I'm pretty sure she's right-handed. She was a member of Orange Sports Live last year. A lot of people don't know that. She was. Yeah, she made some of the coolest graphics I've ever seen. And all of us at Orange Sports Live were very, very sad that she left us. But, you know, we still love her.
Why did she leave?
She had to take some AP classes. It didn't fit in the schedule, and we understood. And it was hard for us to let her go, you know. I mean, for me, it was a little easier because now I only got to deal with 3 of the girls. I deal with Abby Strunt, Zoe Saharsky, and Grace Porball every day. They tell me how I don't do anything right. And last year it was the 4 of them. So 3 is a little better than 4 to deal with, but I do miss Sam a lot. She was very, very funny. I don't know if you know her
Good
very
through
well.
ball by Porball.
Yeah, it was.
And this will be kicked out.
Yeah, that's going to be a corner coming up, though, for the Pioneers. We'll see who takes this one. That ball girl finally got that ball down on the left side of the field from Fedio. She had to run about 50 yards for that one.
You know, ball girls and ball boys both are very, I think, underappreciated.
Well, I think they are, too, in every sport that they are involved in. They're what makes the game go around, man.
They're running. I saw our ball boy when Reese Dunham had his interception.
Oh, through the field goal. Looked like Jack Barry there. And that was off the head. That had to be a hard hit on the head.
Yeah.
Might want to check
Hopefully
the head.
she'll be okay there.
Yeah. That had some heat on it. So in comes Sakura Johnson for the Pioneers. She's also only a sophomore. Very, very impressive how young this Pioneer team is. Here she comes. She's coming through the middle. Looks for a 3 ball for Kaufman. Little strong there. Kaufman was kind of held up by the defender. She might have been able to get there. But the Thomas Worthington goaltender will play this one. Another high kick. And there's 23 minutes. It looks like it's I think it's 28 minutes on the clock. 4-0 Pioneers here on senior night. And the girls are looking really strong. Porball's only faced 2 shots the whole night, and I don't even know if I'd consider them shots.
OTG Orange might be able to do something here.
Yeah, they might, taking advantage. Yeah. So, again, it's 4-0. The girls have looked strong throughout. And, you know, a lot of the fall programs here at Orange have all looked very, very strong thus far throughout the season. You know, boys golf, they're playing really well. Girls golf, they're playing well for what they've lost. You know, they've got a brand new coach this year. They lost 4 or 5 seniors last year, and they still won a couple things. You know, they've got Natalie Al, who's leading the charge. Ashley Al's little sister. Ashley, of course, went to Yale to play girls golf. I mean, she's very, very good at what she does.
She has a full ride.
She has a full ride to Yale, I think. Lizzie Wu's going to play this one here, but I mean, just to show, the fall programs at Orange are all very strong. Boys,
good.
Oh, here comes shot. Oh, just a little strong to the left there. Great play there by the Orange offense. It slipped off a heel. It looked like it came off her heel.
Yeah, I got a little deja vu from the JV game earlier.
Yeah.
Very similar shot
Yep.
in the JV game. JV's got it in, though.
Yeah, JV won earlier today.
JV did win.
Yep.
3-1.
JV football, did they hold on to win?
JV football did hold on to win.
They held on to win.
Final score 21-14.
Well, that's good for them.
Big Wana. And the freshman won off of a last-minute touchdown pass to Drew Dunham.
Oh, yeah?
And they left 22 seconds. Wade is Orange attacking here. They left 22 seconds on the clock for Big Walnut, and then Big Walnut.
Kaufman's going to try to make a play here. Here she goes. She's got a steal, a left-footed shot, and just outside. Good play there by her.
After the Pioneers scored on that last drive, the Big Walnut threw an interception, and that was the game. So we had a program sweep for the football for Big Walnut. You love to see that.
That's fantastic to see. You know, of all the strong fall programs here, football is obviously one of the strongest, and they're led by Spencer Hawkins this year. And you gotta love the guy. I love him. You know, I was very, very nervous coming into this season because I've always said it's like Ohio State was last year, transitioning from 3 or 4 straight years of mobile QBs into a pocket passer. That's very hard for an offense to change in one offseason to something like that. But they've done a very good job of it thus far. And it's very exciting to see a pocket passer like Hawkins excel so well.
You know, I've seen usually when you get a starting varsity quarterback, it's kind of a big personality, you know. You're the quarterback.
Right.
You kind of have to be, or the assumption is they have to be this big personality, but with Spencer, you don't get that. You know, Spencer obviously has all the trust and
right, but he's a very quiet guy.
He's a quiet kid. You know, he moved here freshman year. He went to Our Lady of Peace through middle school and came here freshman year, and we were like, who's this new kid? But, you know, we've gotten really close with Spencer.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
Pourball checks into the game. The senior Pourball, that's Grace. My partner in crime, man. And Amanda Pourball, she's still not seen much action. Somehow Thomas Worthington kept that ball in play on the right side. And Lizzie Wu's going to take this in the box, kick it up, and Thomas Worthington will send it right back to her. She's going to kick it again. This one's a little higher, and it'll be sent right back. So we've got a lot of back and forth going on here, kick after kick. And Thomas Worthington's going to try to get some offense going. They still only got 2 shots so far in this game. Both were stopped at the ease by Pourball. And the Pioneers lead 4-0 with 23 minutes showing on the clock. So Grace Pourball takes this one from the throw-in, keeps possession with those bright orange cleats. Those are pretty sweet looking. Not as good. I think my favorite cleats I've still seen this season are Tommy Torres's aqua cleats.
You know,
I can see them in my head right now.
It makes it easier on us commentators.
Good physical play there. Yeah.
When their equipment stands out a little bit, makes it easier to recognize.
Yeah, those aqua cleats from Torres, man. There's nothing. I've never seen anything else like them.
You know, Grace doesn't necessarily need the cleats, though. We've got her bright orange hair.
Yep, and the bright white headband, and, you know. I love her, man. I don't want to see her go. It's sad. Sad stuff. But that's what happens, and you got to be able to adapt and move on. What's very exciting, though, about the Orange broadcast program is that 2 out of the 3 executive producers are juniors. So they'll be here again next year. I'll be back next year. And, you know, Welchie's leaving. He's the other exec.
Mm-hmm.
But the broadcast program is a very young program, so it should be able to stay strong.
Yeah, especially with the number of first-year sophomores we have this year. It's going to be with the amount of experience you got that the program is going to develop over time, it's going to be something special.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hopefully be able to build into one of the best programs in the country. Pourball is going to take this kick here, 0-0, the general. Big kick. Looking like Jack Fenton, man. Just header after header back and forth there. Pourball going to try to win that one. Good play
ginger
there.
on ginger action there with Pourball.
You did. And Thomas Worthington just dumps that out of bounds. Nope, not Healed. See who throws that one in. Number 3, Ava Musgrove throws that one in. She's also a sophomore. And they're going to drop it back to her. She's going to look for a pass. Looks over to Pourball in the middle. Pourball's got 3 defenders on her. Over to Abby Faulkner, who's another sophomore. Pourball now down in the box. She's going to look for a pass. Gets it to Kaufman. Maya is pushed. There's no call. Looked like there could have been a call there, Jack. Don't know about that one.
Seems like the Pioneers were looking for a call there.
Popped up to Heald. Heald misses the touch, and they call her offside.
Call. I'm not sure about that one.
That was a tough call to make. You can understand it. For those who care, the Blue Jackets won in the preseason today at Nationwide Arena, 3-1 with a goal by Texier and Eric Robinson. Leonis Corpusalo, 24 saves. The Jackets look like they could be a good team this season. Yeah, they lost all the free agents, but their core is still there, and that's what Coach John Tortorella says that matters. Lizzie Wu kicks this to the outside, and Kaufman kicks it down the field looking for Cameron Earl. And that one's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be an Orange throw. Or no, they kept that in. Wow. Impressive play there by the Thomas Worthington girls, and Lizzie Wu's going to take this now down by her own sideline. And she's going to kick it into the middle. Nobody's there. Look for Sakura Johnson. And Orange is just going to try to win possession, and they do. Heald wins it, but advantage was given to Thomas Worthington, and a free kick coming up here for the Cardinal. Big kick there from Thomas Worthington is
headed out by number 6, Abby Faulkner.
A lot of young players on this Pioneer team. You know, there's 7 seniors, and there's about 3 or 4 juniors, and the rest are sophomores. Very, very impressive to see the youth on this team. And I know that the JVA team is just as young, which is very exciting to see because the JVA team is very good too. They won today. They had some really nice goals. As you said earlier, they were looking really, really strong, and hopefully they can help out the varsity team next year as many of them will move up. And Pourball, there was a miscommunication there between her and her defender, and that one went wide, luckily. She's going to be able to kick this one away now with a goal kick. The Pioneers lead 4-0 with 19 and a half minutes left to go in this game.
Tell you what, Thomas Worthington really had an opportunity to punch one in there.
Yeah, there's a timeout on the field, I think. And everybody's going to bring it into coach. So, you know, Jack, excuse me, my bad. What needs to happen here for the Pioneers to get another goal?
You know, it's hard because the Pioneers, they're up 4-1 right now.
Right.
They're playing safe. You know, the worst thing you want right now, or 4-0, my bad. I don't know why I said 4-1. They're up 4-0 right now, and they're not necessarily looking to score, to be honest.
I guess that's true.
You know, obviously, Thomas Worthington's going to be playing aggressive. When you play aggressive, you're more prone
to play defense.
Letting the other team's offense do their thing and possibly making mistakes. So I think Orange just has to be ready for them to make that mistake and ready to capitalize it, which they have done a good job doing so far.
Oh, they have so far. They've capitalized 3 times today on 3 different miscommunications. And then they had that early goal early on. The Pioneers did, and that one was a clean goal. If I can remember correctly, I think that it was Cameron Earl who scored that just absolute cracker of a goal, as he's put it earlier. I've never really heard that term, not going to lie to you, Jack. You know, I come up with a lot of terms myself and try to make it funny, but a cracker of a goal.
I mean, when it just cracks off the foot the right way, it hits the back of that net, that's a cracker.
You know, I think My favorite, I tweet a lot of football games. My favorite tweet of all time last year was at that Westerville Central game. It was like -10, it felt like. I was like one of the only people there. And I don't know if you remember, but the Pioneers, they blocked a field goal.
Ethan
Atkins took it back 93 yards or something. And I remember the tweet exactly. I said, Ethan Atkins blocks the field goal, then parts the Red Sea and takes it to the house, and the Pioneers are up at half.
You know, that was a big play because we were down at half.
Yes.
We were down at halftime.
Yep.
That made the score 10-7, I believe. Yep. You know, it was a rainy game.
Cold. Oh, it was so cold.
And, you know, Central's a very passing
team. They are.
And, you know, it started raining. It was getting cold. We were running the ball. And we were, you know, we as a team, we thrive in the rain.
Good move there by Coughlin. Yeah. The Pioneers do thrive in the rain.
We have a history of playing well in the rain. And, you know, Ethan punched that in, and that gave us all the momentum going into halftime.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we came back out. We got another touchdown, and then it's 14-10. We won that game.
Yeah, some exciting stuff for sure. I mean, it's just cool to see. You know, the Pioneers, they're going to have a tough stretch coming up here for football later in the season where they play Westerville Central, Olentangy Liberty, Olentangy, and Westerville South within a matter of 4 weeks, I think, if I'm correct.
You know, the OCC Buckeye division this year is
stacked.
It's
you know,
stacked with talent.
You guys that are seniors are very, very, very lucky because, you know, they're changing the OCC next year, and it's only going to get worse.
They're going to have a rough schedule. I think it's a good because, you know,
it's a good opportunity this year to finally win.
You hear coaches say it all the time. To be the best, you got to beat the best.
Right.
And, you know, we've been playing good, and we've been holding our own. We've had a good couple years, and, you know, they're going to move us up because we're going to play the hard competition.
They're changing everybody, you know.
Everyone's getting mixed up.
Yeah, so
we're going to be in a conference with Dublin Kaufman.
Right.
Hilliard Bradley.
Yep.
Hilliard
Davidson
or Darby?
I think Darby. I think Jerome.
Upper Arlington.
I think there's 2 Dublins, 2 Hilliards, Upper Arlington.
2 Dublins.
Yeah, and then us and Liberty.
Us and Liberty. And then, yeah.
So we will it's only going to get tougher.
We're going to play, next year we would play Tangy and Berlin on the front half of the season.
And, you know, I don't know how I really feel about that. Right.
You know, we haven't experienced it, but, you know, that's...
It could be different, but that almost feels like moving up the Ohio State-Michigan game to September. It just won't have the same feel to it. But I get it. It's not as an important game in the standings as it was. As a rivalry game, it still holds just as much value. But in the standings and the points, it doesn't mean near as much anymore.
Because let's be honest, competitively, obviously, in terms of standings, it's been Orange and Liberty has been the more important.
Right,
game.
because Tangy got demoted down to D2, didn't they?
Tangy is D2. Berlin is also D2 this year.
Yeah,
Berlin got their
they're a good football team.
That Berlin,
they've had some big wins.
They've had some big wins. I mean, they beat Briggs.
Yeah.
Last year they went 1-9.
Yeah, but
this year they beat Delaware Hayes last night, and then they had a tough loss to. Who did they lose to the week before?
I think they lost to Canal.
Yeah, it was Canal. They had a tough loss to Canal.
Yeah, one of my friends, he plays out for the Canal football team. Canal's a good team this year.
Canal is a good team. Canal.
It's kind of weird. All those East Side teams who've been bad for so long are kind of rebuilding. You know, you look at Reynoldsburg, where I used to go to school, and wow, they've gotten strong since I've left. You know, last year they made it to the playoffs. They won their first playoff game 52-7. Then they lost to Liberty 10-7. I was heartbroken that night. I remember that because, you know, it's my old school, and I hate Liberty so much because, you know, the rivalry we have with them. I mean, and I was just like, wow, I'm going to get to beat Liberty twice in a year. Because if you remember last year, our football team beat Liberty.
We did beat
Liberty 17-3.
That was a very good game. We had not beat Liberty in a very long time.
No, we have not.
That game felt good.
It was very exciting. I can remember I had Mr. Tierney last year for AP US History. And I remember the Monday after the Liberty win. Just the smile on his face the whole day.
I think we all had smiles that whole week, to be honest.
I think everybody in Lewis Center did. You know, we finally beat Powell. And everybody's been beating Powell. Basketball beat Powell. Good save there by Pourball. Basketball beat Powell last year. Liberty beat Powell last week in volleyball. Orange beat Liberty. in
3-0
Powell,
sweep.
3-0 sweep. You know, last year, I don't know if you remember, were you at that basketball game where Ben Roderick came in, everybody was excited, Orange was supposed to get killed.
I was at that game.
And I called that game with Ryan Dunn, and we just stuck it to Powell, man. It was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it was. You know, I don't get to be in the student section that often.
Right, because you're obviously on the field.
But so I try to make it out to the basketball games,
right.
And that was a fun one.
It was a fun one. Maybe we can call a few basketball games together this year as well.
That would be very fun.
Basketball is a very fun game to call. It's very fast-paced, lots of back and forth, but lots of scoring as well. Grace Porball sends it into the through ball.
If I'm going to be honest with you, I would say that a basketball student section would be more fun for me than a football student section because basketball is just a little more personal.
Right.
When I yell at number 44 or whoever I'm yelling at,
they can hear
me. They can hear you. They'll look over.
And you know,
and
honestly,
you know you're in their head.
Sometimes, like, I can remember that Dublin Coffin game. Did you go to that playoff game last year for basketball?
I did go to that
when
game.
they upset them. I can remember when Ryan Cutler hit that 1-3 late in the game. It felt really good, almost better than a touchdown. Like, sometimes that dagger 3 is more important than a touchdown in football, and basketball can be very, very exciting because it's a lot closer of a game.
It is.
You know, lots of back and forth. And that final minute, the lead can change 6 or 7 times between the teams, and it can be heartbreaking and heartwarming at the same time. Now, down the right side come the Pioneers looking for some momentum there on the offense, and Josie Vance, our yearbook personnel, almost got hit by the ball there. You can see her.
Yeah, you know, you always see
well.
I like to call them the camera holders.
The camera holders. They take some great pictures. Our yearbook staff is one of the best in the state for sure. They win lots of state awards, state conference. Hopefully you can attend that with us this year up at Kent State University. But Orange wins a lot of awards. Last year, they called her offsides. I don't know about that call. Last year we had the Journalist of the Year attend Olentangy Orange High School in Jacob Fulton. And I can remember how exciting that was as a school. You know, that's like winning state as a sports program. But our journalism program, we had the State Journalist of the Year. Very, very exciting. Lizzie Wu with a huge header there. That ball flew 50 yards in the air, and she just took it like a champ, man. I don't know if I could do that. I feel like that would really hurt.
Yeah. I would just like to make it clear with my former statements about the basketball student section. There is no shade to the football student section.
No, of course
All
not.
I am saying is that the dynamic of the basketball student section is a little bit more
personal.
different.
Right.
Obviously, we can get more rowdy in the Pioneer Pit out here on the football field with the drum line going, you know, football. Some people would say that, you know, football takes a little more
time. And
I mean, some people might argue that football would be a little bit more important. Not saying that it is.
Yeah. I understand that.
But, you know, getting the whole community out here, obviously we have a higher attendance of football games, you know.
Right.
I was just making a personal
statement. I understood. I understood what you said.
So if Rafi, Spencer, Jake, and Woodsy are listening, that is no hate.
We know Mattingly's sitting right in front of us, one of the other student section leaders, with his long, luscious hair. I don't know where he is now. He's no longer in front of us. He's next to us with Rafi in the camera room. The Pioneers lead 4-0 with 11:45 showing on the clock. We're going to give a shout-out to our crew. So we've got Ryan Welch up as our director in the studio, about 250 yards away from us upstairs with a nice air conditioner, something that I wish I had, along with Spencer Wine, who's technical directing for his first time, and he's doing a great job. And then in the room next to us, we've got Rafi Zafar on camera, and I've heard he's been killing it.
Yeah.
It's very hard to shoot a camera in a room rather than be outside, but he's doing a great job from what I understand, and that's very cool. You know, when we walked in, Nicola called us the dream team. You know, a lot of guys that are good at what they do coming together to put something together for y'all, and we hope we can just put on a good show.
You know, we've got a lot of personalities on this team.
Boy, we do.
And, you know, I'm confident that any two pair could anchor. Could call this game.
Yeah, I think so, too. You know, a lot of people, they love me, you know.
I mean, who doesn't
When I come on and I give them that Ric Flair and the Howdy Pioneers, I hear that I scare a lot of teachers at school.
You know,
Yeah, I don't even think it's that big of a deal. You know, I just enjoy being on the news and giving you the sports updates. I feel like I'm Champ Wilson from Anchorman.
When I was
whammy
floor directing 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And you would come up and give that.
Woo! Yeah.
It got me going.
It got you going.
That's the first thing I got that morning. And let me tell you, I didn't need coffee. I didn't need Mountain Dew. I was high on Tanner's Ric Flair, and that was all I needed.
Well, a lot of teachers, I guess, complained to Mr. Nicola from what I heard. And so Nicola told me that I needed to calm it down because I was blowing out speakers. Because I guess the people in the control room didn't have my audio down. They had it at the same level as the anchors.
Can't be doing that, Tanner.
And, you know, I'm just a loud person the way I see it.
Yeah.
I like to yell.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I like to bring the energy because I like to get people excited. You know, I have Mr. Walters for Earth and Space Science. And he told me that he never cared about homecoming court so much until I gave that homecoming court, what do you want to call it, monologue, speech, whatever you want to say about voting for your homecoming court.
I clicked that Schoology link and I voted for my homecoming court that day. It got the job done.
You know, I wasn't even supposed to be on that week.
Yeah,
I subbed in every day. And you know, I think Grace does a better job than I do at giving the sports report. I just enjoy doing it, and I like to just have fun.
You know, the energy you bring to the floor is unmatched.
I can't wait until you do it.
Second to none.
I can't wait till you do it. Because I think you're going to do a really good job. And people will be surprised to see Jack Allman giving a report on something on the news. You know, your student section video was fantastic. Just fantastic.
I loved it. That was my first on-staff project.
It was one of the funniest
things.
things.
With the juice.
And then your Courier commercial with Ryan Welch.
That was
one of the best videos produced thus far. No doubt in my mind.
Me and Ryan put a lot of time into it.
I'm sure you did.
We did.
That brick wall on that green screen looked really, really good.
It took a long time. You know, me and Ryan thought, what is better? What's more raw? Do we go outside? Do we use the brick wall?
Or do you use
actually a brick wall? Or do we do this in front of the green screen? And do we pick our customized brick wall?
Yeah. The bricks were almost as big as your head.
And we decided to just send it. We went green screen. And shout out to Ryan on the editing.
He did a great job.
Let me tell you, that brick wall
looked great.
Pretty darn real.
All right, here come the Pioneers now. They're going to come down the right side. Hannah Heald picks that one up. And Grace Porball is going to play this one through the middle. We definitely got off track there, Jack. We were just having a little fun. Grace hit the deck there, but was able to get up and recover, keep possession of the ball. It looked like a fluid motion.
You know, it's 4-0 here, 7:30 left. Orange is playing very conservative.
Yeah, they are.
Not a lot of action here.
Lizzie Wu drops that one back and looks down the right side, or the left side, excuse me. And it's cooled down a little bit here at Pioneer Field. And there's still a lot of people here on senior night. It's exciting to see, you know. The emotion before the game, I had chills. Jack had chills. And we were excited to see a great soccer match. And that's what we've been given so far here today, as the Pioneers are going to look to make a run here possibly. No, they're going to kick it back to the defense. Leonetti takes that one.
6:56.
And there's 6:50 on the clock or so. And there's a whistle, handball.
We have some breaking news here. The Pioneer Pit has just announced that their official assistant to the student section will be Nicholas McDonald Sr. And, you know, that's a big thing. That's almost adding a new leader to the staff.
Yeah, it is. Here come the Pioneers now. They've got a shot at something here as 15, Morgan Scott, showed her speed. Sends it back into the middle of Cameron Earl, who looks down to Hannah Heald on the right side. Hannah Heald looks to take a shot, a high shot off the crossbar of the goalpost. Looked like she was just a bit high. That was a good kick.
That was good. You know,
she'd been about 10 yards out. That could have went in.
Angle I saw on it looked like it might have gone in. But
she had a good look. Had to hurry it up though a little bit. I don't think she was able to get set there as the defender was coming straight at her.
And applause here as senior Sophia Linetti is checked out of the game.
About 5.5 minutes to go. Good physical play there. Sakura Johnson tried to go for that ball, and now we've got a stoppage of play and a Thomas Worthington player down on the field.
No. He's trying to tell you don't stop it. You already stopped it.
So free kick from Thomas Worthington all the way down to the goal box, and poor ball's there to get it. That one looked a little bit scary there, Jack, as a Thomas Worthington attacker came on and was right in her face. But poor ball's going to show us her leg. Wow.
That was a boot.
That was a boot that was a 50-yard punt with a soccer ball. Now, I know soccer balls fly a little bit further than footballs, but, man, what a punt.
And that's why they pay her the big bucks.
Hopefully they don't pay her in college because that'd be illegal.
Well, we're hoping to get that changed here.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Maya Kaufman now on the left side fights for possession. That one trickles out of bounds. An orange throw-in coming up. And that ball girl's had to put in a lot of work on the east side of the field. She's been running all around, man. Like you said earlier, the ball girls and ball guys, they put in just as much work almost. The Thomas Worthington keeper's able to play that one. If that one would have rolled out of the back, an orange corner would have been coming up from the left side of the field. Another high punch. She likes to put the ball high in the air like she's hitting a flop shot onto the golf course. And Sakura Johnson looks to fight for that ball. Hannah Heald on the right side, right in her defender's face. Fedio tries to jump the ball like a corner, and she almost got it. Couldn't get there in time, couldn't settle it down. So Thomas Worthington throw coming up.
We've got 4 minutes left in this game. The Pioneers are still up 4-0.
Hannah Heald is going to be able to throw this ball in, or no, Fedio is going to take the throw. Fedio had a great look earlier, great pass into the goal box. I don't know if you remember that. Free kick actually coming in orange. Don't know what the call was there. Big boot there from 8, Peyton Kaufman, down to the side. Maya Kaufman to her sister. Tries to get a shot off. Oh, that one goes out. I wonder if that touched the Thomas Worthington player. Yep, and here comes a corner. And Pioneers look to maybe take advantage of this and get another goal in and go up 5-0. You know, Jack, as we're ticking down to the end of this game, we're going to need to pick a Panera player of the game. You know, as every single Orange broadcast program this year is sponsored by our local Panera Reds. We'd like to thank them for that sponsorship. We pick a Panera player of the game at every single event, and we will have that for you at the end of this game. But a corner coming up for the Pioneers here. And it's a high kick into the box. Kicked up by a Thomas Worthington player. Settled down by Orange. Can't get it to settle completely. Fedio sends it back in, loses it. Now Sierra Clemens is going to look to play it. She's been in pretty much the whole game. She's going to look down the sideline for Heald. Heald loses it a little bit, but they're able to recover there. And down into the middle, Sakura Johnson puts a body on the defender for Worthington. Lauren Schrader now looking to play defense, and there she goes. She picks it up. Maya Kaufman now on the left side is going to take that one, and she's going to look in for a pass. Makes a move into the inside, loses possession, but sticking her man is Lauren Schrader. Now it's over to Sakura Johnson, who's going to try to make a defensive play. Fedio coming in, try to pick that one up. Here comes Sierra Clemens, picks that one off, dumps it in deep. Couldn't get enough of that as she fell down as she was kicking it, looking like Chris Boswell last year against the Raiders when the Steelers lost that game off his fallen kick attempt. So, 4-0 Pioneers with 2.5 minutes left in this game here at Senior Night at Pioneer Field. Again, it's cooled down, probably about 80 degrees here at Pioneer Field. And a throw-in coming up from Schrader. She dumps it in to Maya Kaufman. Maya Kaufman on the left side of the field loses possession, but another throw-in coming here for the Pioneers. These girls, they look tired out there, Jack. They've played a lot of soccer today, and with the heat, it's definitely hard to stay, you know, on top of your game for that long.
I mean, 2 40-minute halves, that's an hour and 20 minutes right there. That is a lot of running. You know,
that is a lot of running.
Soccer is a very cardio-based sport.
Back and forth, yeah.
They've done good, though. You know, they've done a very good job. They
Maya Kaufman dumps
early.
it in, look for Heald, a little weak. And they're going to call a handball there. A free kick coming up for the Thomas Worthington Cardinal, who are down 4-0 with 2 minutes left in the game.
They attacked early, they set the tone, and that gives them room to, play a little conservative.
Yeah, or if they want to take a run, they can try to get something going and give up a goal if they wanted to. But it looks like they're going to stay with a conservative play here. And a throw-in from Schrader. And that Orange player was double-teamed. I couldn't tell who that was.
I could not either. We're going to have the Orange throw-in here. They will boot it upfield, looking to possibly make something happen. And it'll be a goal kick for Thomas Worthington.
Sorry, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty over in the other room. I had to run over there real quick and fix something. And but I'm back. Score Johnson picks that one up, loses control. That was a high ball. And about a minute and a half left here at Pioneer Field. Jack, what do you think so far?
Obviously this is a great one for the Pioneers. 4-0 right now as the clock is starting to wind down. We're going to see this game come to an end. It's going to be a win for the Pioneers. And, senior night, high emotion, and I think they're just happy to get this win. This is a good win for them.
This will help them in the standings for sure, going in to try to win this OCC. And they looked really, really strong throughout the whole game.
I mean, honestly, no matter the opponent, a 4-0 victory is a 4-0 victory.
That's very true.
You cannot really ask.
But here comes Thomas Worthington to try to make one more push at the end. Lizzie Wu kicks that one away. Thomas Worthington will retain possession down the right, or the left side, and that one was kicked too hard out of bounds. So a throw-in coming up, 5 seconds on the clock.
They will let the clock wind down, and the Orange Pioneers 4-0 against Thomas Worthington here, senior night at Pioneer Field.
A shutout for the General again. So she's still on pace to set the record for least amount of goals let in the season. The Penn State commit, Amanda Porball, the General out there. And the Pioneers win it 4-0 here on senior night. My Panera player of the game is definitely going to be Cameron Earl, who scored that first screamer of a goal early in the game, set the tone for the Pioneers, and she just played great the remainder of the game. But set that tone early for the Pioneers. What a way to do it. And it really worked out for them. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That was a cracker up there in the first period. Setting that tone in the first half is huge, and that allowed Pioneers to build off that with the momentum, and we saw that today.
Yeah, we did. So, again, a shutout for the Pioneers, a 4-0 victory here at home on Senior Day, and I couldn't be happier, Jack. What a great game. I had a good time calling it with you. Again, we're going to call out our crew. Thanks to Spencer Wine and Ryan Welch up in the studio and Rafi Zafar on camera. For Jack Almond and the rest of the crew, I'm Tanner Lambert.
I'm Jack Almond.